Good morning. Well, good morning for me anyways. This is the captain speaking. How are y'all doing? Welcome to the stream. It is good to be back in a somewhat regular schedule. Today, we are going to be continuing our playthrough of Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, where we are a wandering hobo that is also a skeleton and nobody else seems to notice that we are skeletons, so good game. Good game. Without further ado, let's get to it, huh? Actually, let's take a look at the map first. What are we doing here? Okay, so we're in Wisconsin. We're heading up north to talk to this dude. Alright. North. You're also at half health, apparently. And? Fantastic. Hey, running with rifles. How you doing, man? Good to see you. The scowling woman surprises you by offering you a job. Help me fix the damn pump and I'll stuff you so full of pie you can't move, she barks, and she got a permanent frown like a cow shat on her shoes, but she's a fast worker and a quick wit, and her pie's phenomenal. Damn straight, that's what I like to see. Okay, I guess we just have to head, is this even north? Hold up. Yes it is. Okay, we're heading for that campfire. I'm still kind of sort of eating breakfast, so if you hear something weird, that's what's going on. Here we go. What's this? We're hiring pickers, the farmhand says. Today only. He drives you over. 30 or 40 people are already making their slow way across an impossibly vast field that touches a hazy horizon. Back-breaking work, but the folks are friendly and the pay is okay. Alright. Camp it out. Cassidy, Chapter 3, On the Country Mile.
Looks like I'm still me and you're still you.
That's true, buddy. Not sure what to say to that.
A pity, isn't it? To be stuck with ourselves like this.
I mean, I didn't know if you noticed, but I'm a skeleton, so...
All this wandering and I couldn't escape the one thing I wanted to be away from more than anything else.
Myself, yeah, I know.
I suppose that in the end, we all have to settle down inside ourselves. But I don't want to be the way I am now. If I could, I'd live inside the past. Inside the time Silas and I had together.
Yeah, it's not surprising. You seem to be really stuck up on him, buddy.
Back on the road together, forever. I need an optimistic story right now. Something to put a smile on my face. Can you think of any like that?
Dude, optimistic stories are not our forte, okay? Future Boston? Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Well, I can find that kind of movie theater story at any stop along the road. Did Silas ever imagine a future with me? What did a genius like Silas see in me in the first place?
Yeah, that's probably true.
He never said anything directly about my work.
Uh-huh.
Other people came to him for writing advice, and he would suggest changes in diction or grammar or tense, and they'd go away happy and leave him alone. But Silas and I usually just talked about the weather, or people we knew, or how we'd get to the next city over. What he taught me was hidden under the surface, like a cone. Sometimes I want to hear a sadness that resonates with my own. Do you know any stories like that?
Probably. Considering this is in the category of sadness, we're just gonna go with it.
That reminded me of the kind of thing I used to write in school. just to be shocking. That was some trip. I was certainly sad when it was over. It's an odd thing to have such a memorable and storied time, and then, in retrospect, you wonder if it really happened. All of that, just gone. You could have dreamt it all. You don't have to let that bring you down, though. It's enough for something to exist in the past, and for that to have been good.
No, he probably can't speak, you're right.
It's melancholy as hell, sure. But what isn't in this life?
Buddy, you're a downer. You are a Debbie Downer.
Sometimes I want to hear a sadness that resonates.
Another sad story, huh? Tell the story of the drunkard. The drunkard lineman.
The tragedy in that story, it's real. Have you ever tried writing poetry?
Here we go.
When I look back on it, I see how Silas came into my life at a crucial time. It was a time of change. I stopped what I was doing before, working at a company, and was searching for what my real work in the world could be.
And then you fucked it up.
I wanted to find what it meant to be alive. And then, a miracle. A man who shows me there's a whole other way to live in the world. A way I couldn't have imagined on my own.
Listen, for the audience at home, here's the trick. You don't base your life around a person, okay? You don't. Because if they mess it up, then what are you gonna do? Right? You gotta find satisfaction with yourself inside, or you do anything. You gotta be okay with who you are.
He seemed so free and easy compared to the way I always got on.
That's the trick. That's what this knobhead doesn't know. Like, he's all like, Silas, I like you, Silas. You're my family, Silas. You're everything to me. Well, that's the problem. You don't do that.
Alone, out here, I spend too much time inside my own head. Can you tell me a hopeful story to lighten my mood?
Hopeful story. Probably not. I have a lot of those. Story of the metal worker. Yeah, okay, he's kind of hopeful. Let's do it.
I like that one.
Hey!
Makes me feel the way Silas used to in the old days.
Back to Silas. Yep, I understand.
Faith often comes as a variety of hope. Hope for yourself. There's some kind of magic that happens when you're with someone who makes you feel like the person you want to be. In my old life, I never had the chance to talk about life, the point of things, what I'm supposed to be doing here. If I ever ventured it, people called me a freak or worse.
Well, those people are idiots.
Now in comes this man Silas, who is built of these thoughts.
This is Depression era America, though. People weren't really open-minded about that stuff.
You can see how I believed he was sent from the heavens just for me.
Yeah.
I need an optimistic story right now. Something to put a smile on my face. Can
Optimistic story. Come on. Maybe I'll use a wild card right now. Story of the Thunderbird people who fly when they fall from heights. Let's do that. That's kind of optimistic, right?
Well, I can find that kind of movie theater story at any stop along the road.
Oh, come on.
Freedom. Am I really free now? I don't know what I'll do next, but I'm starting to understand that it has to be something different.
Freedom comes with... Freedom comes from within, buddy.
I've been on the road for a while now, but this whole time, I've been as trapped as I've always been. My mind, just going in circles, repeating the same old conversations, revisiting the same old places. I catch a glimpse of real freedom now and then.
We really messed up this encounter.
Just need to find the best way to pursue it. The sun will be rising soon. I've got to pack my camp and get ready to go. Up at dawn every day, thinking about how to get to the next town, how to eat, where to rest. It's like the trip I took with Silas, but I'm on my own this time. If your trip takes you out this way, we might meet again.
Wait. Ish. Dora, can you think of something to help me? This guy, can you think of a story for me? Yeah. Pretty much. Nice one. Oh, jeez. Okay. He was across the water. Yikes. Okay. I don't think we're gonna go back there. We really messed that up. We'll come back with like the trains or something. But for now, I think we should go to the southwest. There's a city down yonder. I think it's a good place to find more stories. Oh, the other benefit of being a skeleton is that we don't starve to death while we're wandering across the countryside for days. Made it to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Alright, let's enter Minneapolis. The Mississippi here is lined with grain mills, factories, and train tracks. Smoke towers rising stark against the sky. But some of these factories are empty, and there's a tense look in a lot of folks' eyes. Let's explore.
3 delivery trucks sit on the waterfront, their drivers securing the cargo. 12 cop cars form a protective half-ring around them. Their occupants seem to be gearing up for combat.
Oh boy. What's going on?
You approach a pair of cops. The broad one pushes shells into a shotgun with a practiced motion and an undercurrent of excitement. His wiry partner indicates the trucks.
We gotta get these through. Keep them secure.
Ah, bank trucks.
The broad cop grunts. You been living under a rock? Strikers, says the other. Socialist motherfuckers, the broad one adds.
I like the cut of that guy's
The
jib.
wiry cop looks away.
Oh, why are they striking?
The broad cop sneers. Does it matter? They better fall in line. The other shakes his head.
My cousin's out there. I don't think their demands are...
Maybe you're standing on the wrong side. Come on. They walk off to join a briefing huddle.
Okay, I don't like him anymore. Sabotage the car or leave. I don't think we would sabotage their car. That just seems weird for a rando to come up and sabotage their car.
Whatever your feelings, there's nothing you can do. You turn away and walk back towards the river.
Hey, a new story. Great, let's earn some money. You wandered the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. Let's look for work. A tiny woman in a lush fur coat is standing outside a boutique lamp store with a package nearly as tall as she is. You there? Can you lift this? It's huge and unwieldy, but light as anything. Carry it down to my house and we'll work something out, the woman declares. You heft the package and follow her. She begins a rambling story about her living room, her interior decorator, her husband's taste in rugs. Fascinating, ma'am. You follow by the sound of her voice. The lamp box is so large you can't see a thing. Eventually she exclaims, "Here we are, thank God." You lay the box down in your living room. It's nowhere near as luxurious as she made it sound. A card table, a ratty couch, and a wall tapestry done in a grotesque imitation medieval style. This will really tie the room together, she exclaims. At least it tips you. Hey, we've got some money. Okay. Leave Minneapolis. Oh, can I not leave? Oh, that's weird. Leave. Minneapolis almost
The
stole her
hurried little
soul.
girl collides into you with a wheelbarrow full of hay, nearly knocking you out of your shoes.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You nod, but the way the girl fusses over the wheelbarrow, was that apology meant for you?
You lost?
Lost? Me? No, not at all.
She stands up taller and squares her shoulders, projecting an image of adulthood so stiff she looks about to tip over.
But I guess I could use a little help. Can I ask you something pretty, please?
Go ahead.
Well, I found this critter, but my daddy won't let me keep it unless I take real good care of it.
Relating this dilemma has put her on the verge of tears.
Do you know how I can be the very best pet owner in the world?
Food and shelter.
The girl bursts into hysterical laughter, like she just heard the funniest joke.
Well, I don't know how to feed it when it don't have a mouth.
What?
The laughter fades, and her look of worry returns.
Any other ideas?
Lots and lots of love?
She smiles so bright.
That's all it takes? Gosh, I already love it so much.
Okay. It's a weird story. But if it doesn't have a mouth, I don't know what else you can do with it.
Ride with us a little while, stranger.
It's a kind offer. Miles of dusty road through the rolling prairies have recast this landscape as an exhausting soup of wind and misery.
On board the wagon.
There are 4 of them on the wagon. A perfect nuclear family. Mother, father, son, daughter, and a small fuzzy terrier trailing behind. But the pace of their movement is glacial. The draft horse ambles forward, one agonizingly slow step at a time.
Why are we going so slow?
Ain't no point rushing to get where we were going.
The wooden cart shivers with every pebble on the road that its wheels must laboriously traverse. The girl in the back pipes up.
The going's the point, see?
Keep up with the cart. We need stories.
Time stretches wearily. The father sometimes makes half-inch adjustments to the horse's trajectory, keeping him from ambling off the road. There is some intimation that they are heading for Oregon, but at no point is it mentioned when they might arrive.
Aww. They're on the old Oregon Trail, but going really slow. Okay. Where are we going now? Shoot. Take a look. Looks like we should just head west. South Dakota. We can go north to North Dakota. Or we can go west and south and west to Colorado. Do it? Okay. West it is. Which way is west? That way. Go! You know what? Let's try hitchhiking. Give me a ride. Maybe. Someday. Oh, here we go. Hi, car. Stop? No, you jerk. Hitchhiking. You stop? No. What the hell? Come on, stop. You bastard car. Ooh, I see some stories out here in the middle of nowhere. Kinda odd that cars aren't two-way on these streets. Fargo, huh? What do we got here? In the little town of Fargo. Huge storm, the farmer gasps, pointing to the clouded horizon. We gotta get this produce indoors before the fields wash out. Can you help? You and his family strip the fields of vegetables. When the rain hits, you're all safe inside, and you've got some coins in your pocket.
There's something wrong about this lonely farmhouse. The cows have unusual rain over the porch, and the open door shows a cow lying in the empty parlor. The flower boxes are still well tended, though. There's outgoing mail in the box.
How strange.
The moment you step inside the fence, an old woman screams,
Hey! Hey! This is private property!
You quickly realize that the sound is coming from under the porch. Indeed, you can see her hollering at you through the slats of the steps.
What?
You can see a parlor set up in the basin under the porch. A flowery armchair, a rug, and a little lacquered table.
This is an inhabited home.
The old lady barks.
The cows live upstairs and I live down here.
Above, a cow thumps its hoof. She twitches and startles.
That's a way to live. I'll chase him off for you.
Her whole face melts.
Thank you.
She sobs.
Thank you.
With a sharp stick, you carefully urge the 3 cows inside the parlor to exit. Soon the place is completely empty, except for the manure. She still kisses the floorboards in gratitude.
How did she find time to bring her stuff down underneath the house and yet not chase off the cows? How did this happen?
I didn't want to tell anyone. They kept me trapped down there for weeks. I had to sneak out one piece of furniture at a time. At night.
She rushes to lock all the doors.
It was a mutiny. It won't happen again.
A cow mutant. Okay. Fargo, Minnesota.
You didn't think the musician would even notice you. He seemed off in his own little world, idly strumming and muttering along in tune. He stops and calls out to you from his perch on the sidewalk.
What's your name?
We'll tell him. Why not?
He winks.
Now watch this.
He sings Baby Won't You Please Come Home, but with your name in the lyrics.
Now,
He says,
if you found that meant something to you, and you want to show some of that appreciation, I sure would be obliged.
Okay, we'll tip him. We got plenty of money.
I'm mighty obliged. I can see you got the flower prints in your heart.
You're about to ask what he means, but his confidential nod suggests that's the end of the conversation. You leave, feeling a little poorer in a lot of ways.
Okay. Feeling poor in a lot of ways. Understandable. A long black car growls up in front of the hotel. We've seen this before. Story grew in the telling. The storm generated by a gigantic bird is now the Thunderbirds, who bring storms. Thunderbirds.
I say, you there,
Shouts the boy, sitting on the
Ugly
broken
boy.
stairs of a sand-swept shack. His imperial affect seems at odds with his shabby clothes and sallow skin.
I shall pay you this enormous, beautiful, shining coin if you would only dance for me.
Okay, we'll dance. Why not? You have nothing to lose.
You attempt a solo foxtrot. From the get-go, the boy is clearly unenthused. After 2 repetitions, he throws a rock at you to make you stop.
I didn't like that,
He informs you.
but I always honor my debts.
He hands you the coin, just as his mother calls him in for supper.
Okay. Imperious child. Yeah. Imperious is one word for it. Alright, let's go along this road. We're in North Dakota now. Try hitchhiking, we'll see. Seems like they improved it a little bit here. FPS doesn't seem to be quite as chunky as it was before. I wonder if there was an update for this game. Bismarck, North Dakota. Away we go. It's weird that all of the stories look like they're the same one. Oh, we need some sleep. Oh, we're getting tired.
You walk along the tracks for an hour, toward the smell of the coal baking in the sun. The train is idling at the station, sputtering, exhausted. A child paces up and down the line of black carriages, clutching a bundle of rags to her chest. She cranes her neck, figuring the height of the cars.
Probably not good. We're gonna say hello.
You scared her half to death.
Yeah.
She stares, absolutely petrified as you approach.
It was an accident.
She whispers.
Hmm?
All you can see in the heap of blankets she carries in her arms is the infant's tiny leg, pale and blue.
Oh boy.
You glance up, and the sky is suddenly filled with monarchs. Billions of them rising out of the fields and streaming across the road. You sit in the shade to watch them, and before you know it, the tree above you has a new coat of whispering orange leaves. They're resting, like you, gathering their strength for the next leg of the journey.
Awesome. That's nice. Going now. South. South Dakota. Okay. We'll just head south. Go. Here. Not a lot of cities out here. After gossiping for a while about the weather and the crops and the state of the world, all bad and getting worse, he takes a different tack. You look like someone who likes a good story, he wheezes. Try this one on for size. After loudly and repeatedly clearing his throat, he tells you the story of the talking seagulls who tell fishermen where to find the best catch. It sounds a lot like the story of the fisherman. So, fishermen and his fish-calling seagulls are now talking seagulls who tell fishermen where to fish. Yeah.
There are people shouting and laughing inside this restaurant, and a man sitting alone on the porch like a statue. When you sit beside him, he gives you a weak grin. Look at us. Tired? I get so tired. Can't even celebrate a job done.
What job?
WPA, planting trees. He tells you about the hours he spends digging holes in the sun. Collapse has been hard on folks, but I didn't have a job before all this. Now I'm doing good.
Kinda glad things went to shit.
He hesitates. Is that wrong, do you think?
Not at all.
His head sinks onto his chest.
Health?
I'm never sure, though, he says. Never completely sure. Then he glances up, forces a smile. In awkward apology, he makes you a gift of half his sandwich.
Oh.
Jesus, I'm really pulling down the mood, he stammers.
That was weird. It said minus half a health. I guess it was plus half a health? Not sure about that.
You give the seated man a
Give
cursory
me a second.
nod as you pass, which he mistakes for interest.
Wondering where you've seen me before?
He beams.
How about on the roundabout roads and twisting trails of America the Beautiful? Yes, I'm Walking Willis.
Hi. Walking Willis.
It's Walking Willis. Funny, most folks know old Walking Willis. I've been walking across this great country back and forth for years now. You see, I ain't got a home. Walking's all I do. I'm always walking.
Okay. But you're not walking right now?
Well, no. Right now, I'm just resting a minute. Resting my dogs. Ain't Walking Willis allowed to rest his dogs for a minute?
Yeah, I suppose.
That's right. That's right.
He lowers the brim of his hat and goes to sleep.
Okay, Walking Willis. Okay, where are we going now? We're going southwest-ish. Is we have to go across the water? No, it doesn't look like we do. But southwest is that way. So we probably do. We're just too close to the water. Alright, on a dirt road. Oh no, this is a train track, isn't it? Yeah, we're going the right way. Gotta go a little bit more southwest than we are. I'm gonna go into the mountains though. That seems like a bad idea. I wonder how we're gonna get past the Rockies. That's funny or something? We're hiring pickers. Day only. Yeah, okay. There's money. Huh. Okay, now we're heading the right way. Give me a ride. Give me a ride. Give me a ride. I'm not a skeleton, not really. No, give me it. Come on. Come on. Stop. Ah, you bastard. Give me a ride. Hey! Thanks, buddy. Let's go. Don't worry about the clinking of bones in the back. Denver! Perfect. This is exactly where I wanted to go. Right on. There's like nothing out here. It is also true in real life. Long, flat stretches of farmland or nothing. I live in the state of Oregon, and I drove across the country from New York to Oregon. It's definitely like this. Even today.
Lost in your own head, you almost walk straight into this woman in your path. Her expression is imperious. She clasps a large toddler in her arms. He's the one who speaks first.
This is a toll road, stranger,
He says, voice thuggish beyond his years.
30 cents.
I'm gonna talk to your mother.
Look at me.
The toddler orders.
Look at me. You're dealing with me.
The woman, through her silence, suggests assent.
Hell nah, I don't give in to this kind of thuggish crookery. Push past them.
Do not walk away.
The child shouts right in your ear as you force your way past. You turn to give the pair a withering look over your shoulder. But just as you turn back, the mother throws her son at you. He looks real mad.
She throws her son at me? I'm sorry, what? What game are we in? Dodge it.
The child tackles you by the neck
Ow.
and takes you down. He pummels you right in the face for a good long while before you wriggle away. It hurts more than you'd be comfortable to admit.
Wow. You got beat up by a kid. That's awesome. Okay. Alright. Alright. What do we got here? Another story?
This office is trashed. There's papers scattered in the street, glass missing from the windows, and 6 men in paint-smeared clothes tracking mud all over the floor. One calls out,
Hey, you looking for Baker?
Not especially, no.
Well, let us know if you see him. He says he's too broke to pay us for the last job, so we're too tired to leave his office.
a thought strikes him, and he holds up $1.
You got time to get us lunch?
Sure.
Halfway to the sandwich
what?
shop, 2 cops stop you. They fish the $1 out of your pocket, plus a little extra.
We're doing you a favor.
One laughs.
Keep out of this. Those wise asses don't need lunch. We got guys coming to pick them up.
Why'd you have to steal my money? You jackass. Waitress at the diner is sharing an outlandish tale with one of her regulars. I heard it from my sister-in-law. She says it happened to her daughter's friend. It's true. She noticed you listening. Hey, have you heard this one before? She regales you with the story of the French spy seeking delivery of coded messages. Halfway through, you realize that it's the story of the mysterious woman with a letter delivery, but highly embellished. Huh. It's true, every word. Mm-hmm. Alright, Denver, Colorado. The stunning skyline isn't the only beauty gracing this mountain city. There's long rows of glinting greenhouses too, stuffed with carnations and roses. You think you can smell them on the breeze. Let's explore.
Jagged sandstone rises above the lip of a hollow basin in the rock. A crowd is gathered in the foothills. Their excited whispers wash over you, echo off the ochre outcrops. You can almost pick out fragments of conversations.
Mingle with the crowd?
The voices around you are heightened by the surrounding stones. An argument, hissed from behind clenched teeth, sounds like shouting. A child's plaintive cry sounds like a shriek. Beneath these, there are older voices, ones that belong to the earth. The rocks preserve them.
Ooh, that's creepy.
A woman steps forward. The crowd parts for her. She opens her mouth and begins to sing. A smoky, vibrant alto. The sound resonates in the basin, and the mountains join her in a reverberating round. Even after she finishes, the soft strains of music linger.
I'm not sure what category this one would be in. Happy, sad, hopeful? Don't know. Music echoing off the red rocks of Denver. Okay, let's earn some money. We wander the streets looking for a way to make cash. Look for work. Starts to rain. No, we're not gonna do umbrellas. That will take our health away. That is not a good idea. Let's go to this campfire. Hell yeah. Ray, Chapter 1, White Sands.
Howdy, stranger. You passing through? This here desert is my home. Tourists like you ought to be careful if you ain't used to the heat.
Oh, thank you kindly, stranger.
I grew up on my Uncle Eddie's ranch, where I learned riding and cattle rustling. But it's government land now. Seems like all government land these days. Now I'm traveling around the ranches that are left. Some folks would call me a cowboy. Not many is used to, mind. But I've been training to ride and rope for almost half my life. Name's Raymond Edward Dawson, Ray for short. And this sleeping beauty over here is Poncho.
Meet you, Ray. I'm Skellington. Jack.
But
Skellington.
anyway, you know some funny stories, right?
Sure. I know a couple. This one's always a good one. Let's see if we can find a different funny story. Guess we don't have a lot of funny stories. This one, Family of Pig Farmers, is supposedly funny. I don't know what's so funny about it, but let's try it.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna tell that one next time I share a campfire. Faith. I don't got faith in nobody but myself and Poncho here. No God's gonna save you from that hot desert sun he himself put there. No government man's gonna help you if he ain't got nothing to gain. So, you know any good jokes?
Oh, another one? Okay, I guess we're gonna do the 8 identical men.
You're funny as hell, you know that? The past is something I keep close to me, yeah. When it feels tough out here, I look back to before I set myself free. Back when things were real bad. Only thing to look forward to was a factory job and finding some poor woman to watch me die while I did it. Out here, I got freedom to do different. Anyway, why don't you tell me something a little cheerful?
I wonder what happens if you press exit. We're gonna do it for science.
Anyway, Uncle Eddie always said it's rude to keep on gabbing about yourself. So I'm headed out. Going up this way, staying off the road. Maybe.
Okay.
I'll catch you later, amigo.
Sounds good, amigo. Hey, okay, so that tells us a lot, actually. That means that we can tell stories until we get his full trust and then quit so that we don't waste any of the other ones on him. That is fantastic. They never told you that, but okay, so we need to head north. We have a lot of stories, so I think we could just hammer his out like real quick. Listen to the tale. Fun. Okay, the bull who terrorized travelers on the road is now hailable king of bulls, exacting revenge. What happened? I don't know where I'm going. The right way. Yes, we are. I think there's a road around here. I mean, kind of. No, not. The map isn't quite correct. Says it's the road, we just crossed the road, which is definitely not true. Maybe that's the, thought maybe it was the state line, but it's not. We're just wandering out in the middle of nowhere. No houses for miles. A car crammed with well-dressed vacationers pulls up at the gas pump. Fill me up, will you? The driver drawls, a thickly transatlantic effect. You oblige. He tips pretty well, then roars off down the road, fine leather bags bouncing and rattling on the roof. There's no roads around here. Ah, so we're moving from the Midwest to the Northwest. Getting closer to Oregon.
For hours now, you've seen it circling overhead. Its wings cutting across the sliver of sky you can see framed by the crowns of vast redwoods. But it's gotten closer. The cry that echoed from afar now seems dangerously near.
Look skyward, but cover your eyes, please.
And suddenly, the eagle swoops down, claws splayed before it, wings spreading into a crescent of knife-sharp feathers.
Oh boy. Watch it. We're gonna regret this.
It dives at you like a bomber biplane, body contracting into a bullet racing groundward. You tell yourself you won't flinch.
Flinch anyways, I guess.
Something soft and incredibly fast brushes against your face. When you open your eyes, the eagle is climbing toward the sky already. A little forest mouse caught in one claw, wrinkled tail flapping in the wind.
The hunting bald eagle that almost got her face. Alright, heading out of Wyoming and into Montana. Billings, Montana.
The creature looms in an
crap.
evergreen clearing, blood spattered around its maw. One enormous paw still buried in the flesh of the man sprawled beneath it. The grizzly spots you. Even at this distance, you can see its yellowed fangs. Slowly, deliberately, it begins to advance on you.
Grizzlies can climb trees, I'm pretty sure, so let's play dead. Oh, well, I don't like to look at that, but we'll try.
You drop to your knees, curling into a ball. The only noises you can hear are your breathing and the bear's warning grunts. The bear's rancid breath is hot on your neck as it sniffs you. After what feels like an eternity, it wanders away.
Let's wait to be sure.
You remain still as the light fades. Eventually, You dare to move. It's just you and the dead man in the clearing. He looks dressed for a day foreclosing property, not trudging through the forest. The company here is unsettling, with him dead and you playing so.
Oh shit. That was close.
A weathered man unties a fishing boat from its mooring.
You heading out to fish? Can rent you a boat if you like. The lake's well stocked, but
He isn't smiling anymore.
Well, what's the matter, buddy?
there's a monster in the lake. Locals say it's the biggest trout ever to live. But they're wrong. It's not a fish. It's something else. And I'm gonna be the one to catch it.
Is this Loch Ness monster? You know, we don't have a lot of these. Let's watch from shore.
Someone passes a beer into your hand. Waves of chatter wash over you as you listen to the fisherman's stories.
Will's been chasing that fish for years now.
Man tells you.
I don't think he'll ever catch it. It's good fun to watch him try.
Sip your beer.
Eventually, the convivial chatter is broken by a huge splash. Willie floats in the middle of the lake, his boat upturned, his cap bobbing gently several feet away.
Almost had him that time.
He splutters through a mouthful of water.
Almost had him.
Sure you did, Willie. Sure you did.
Bang! The screen door clangs in the wind. Downstairs, you hear low murmurs. The wind again? Or voices? You were sure this house was deserted.
Alright, let's go take a look.
In the living room, two young women are entwined atop a sleeping bag.
Ooh la la.
One has her hands tangled in the other's bright red hair.
I can't believe we found another haunted house.
The red-haired girl laughs. A floorboard creaks under your feet.
Is it a ghost?
One yells.
No, it ain't a ghost.
The red-haired girl has jumped up between you and her companion, but relaxes her stance at your words.
Well, if you're talking, you probably aren't a ghost.
The blonde says. The red-haired girl looks to her, and then back towards you.
What are you doing here?
I mean, we could ask what they were doing here, but I'm pretty sure we know, so we're just passing through.
We're driving around, but Sam made us pull over for another night in a haunted house.
Sam squeezes her hand.
Come on, this is cool. There are probably bats in the attic.
Your presence is not unwelcome, but the two only have eyes for each other.
Alright, let's keep going. We're gonna grab that story out there near the mountains, and then we're gonna come back for chapter 2 of Ray. These men lean against the wall of this hardware store, smoking and chatting. They wave you over. You heard this one before? They launch into a group recitation of the wood fairies who helped rid women of evil in their lives, interrupting one another in their excitement to tell it. You recognize the story. It's the story of the women communing with wood spirits. Someone's added to it in the meantime, though. What do you think? Asked one of the men, bright-eyed. What do you think that really happened? Of course. Well, I'm not sure myself, but damn, it sounds wild. Wandering. Alright.
There's a commotion outside the post office.
That guy's eye is a little weird.
The
right
crowd
there.
parts, and a middle-aged man comes leaping out onto the curb.
My daughter had a baby.
He shouts. She had a baby girl.
Congrats.
In a fit of frantic excitement, he kicks over the post office box, knocks over a bench, and seizes you at random in a bear hug.
Somebody call my wife.
He shouts over your shoulder.
Tell her we're taking the train to Chicago.
Buddy, you probably shouldn't have knocked those things over. We'll celebrate with him.
The man starts to dance. His feet hit the pavement so hard they throw up puffs of shattered stone. Everyone staggers. When he swings around the lamppost, the metal bends like soft clay.
Oh, let's keep celebrating. Now let's calm down. We need more in that category.
You grab the man by the shoulders to shake some sense into him, but he mistakes your gesture for an invitation to dance. He swings you around so hard you fly across the road and into the ditch.
What?
Everyone in town is running for the hills. As you flee down the road, you see him, 2 hands overhead, lift a car and hurl it 10 yards down an alley. Lordy, if this is what the grandfather can do on a good day, what must the baby be like?
This is what the grandfather can do on a good day. What can he do when he's pissed off? That's my question. Alright, chapter 2 for Ray. Ray, chapter 2, Green Glass.
Hey, good to see you, amigo. Seems like the desert didn't swallow you up after all.
Nope, sure didn't, pal.
This place is changing. You ever see those big clouds rise up over the San Andreas? That's where the ranch was. They say the bombs they were testing turned all that white sand to green glass.
Oh my.
Feels like everyone's trying to take their own piece of the frontier and use it for God knows what. All that land, fenced up, shut down, signs reading, keep out, no trespassing, turn back, get lost. The longer and farther Poncho and I ride, the more barriers we seem to come across. What good's a cowboy without an open range?
Do that, brother.
But anyway, you know some funny stories, right?
Yeah? I think I told you most of my funny ones already. Hold up. Where's the other stories? We had more than this. On here. Because we had that one that we just got. For the lovers. Is there a way to scroll? No? Maybe we have to select them somehow? I'm not sure. Okay. Funny story, huh? Three with bottles on it. Telling a joke.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna tell that one next time I share a campfire. Joy, you ever get to see a desert rain? No matter where you are, everything from the cacti to the coyotes, I swear you can see them all dancing for joy. So, you know any good jokes?
What, again? Come on, dude. Give me a break. I don't have a lot of jokes. None of these are really jokes. Oh! In the main menu, there's the story tab where you select story. Is awesome. Thank you. I need to shuffle in more jokes. They always want jokes or happy stories, and I just don't have any. Alright, I'm gonna tell the story of Quinn's adventures.
You're funny as hell, you know that? Used to be. You travel all around to drive your cattle from one place to another. Nowadays, I travel all over just to find the work.
Yep, so don't we all.
So, you know any good jokes?
Oh my god. Another joke? Come on, man. Tell the story of Dupree's tale, focusing on the funny stuff. These ones are like wild cards, thankfully.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna tell that one next time I share a campfire. Luck? Either everyone's got bad luck now, or things just got worse for us all. Ain't like it was when Uncle Eddie started the ranch. Need a heck of a lot of luck to get a job out here nowadays. I see the same folks wandering the desert all over, like me, all while the government buys more and more land for God knows what project. But anyway, you know any sad stories, amigo?
Yeah, I know plenty of those. The dead woman and the yellow ribbon. That's a sad story. Kinda, sorta.
That's a heavy one. Thanks for telling it. When I see those roads and their telephone lines cutting up the skyline, well, sometimes I daydream about it all blowing away like sand. But anyway, you know some funny stories, right?
You know, now that he's fully trusted us, we're just gonna exit.
Gonna lose too much water if I keep going on like that.
The lady who got a nonsense letter is a funny story. Oh yeah, I could've used that one. Good point.
And the sun's rising too. Time to get going. My path takes me this way, out across the desert.
Alright, Padre.
I'll see you some other time, amigo.
Alright, I'll see you later, partner. Okay, so, you said stories in the main menu. Oh. Map? There we go. Stories. Ah, active stories. Okay, I see what's going on here. So, between now and the other one, I could actually switch out some of these that I already used for other ones. So I could switch this one out for one. Why not? Let's see what other ones that I used for him. Twins Adventure I did. This one. There we go. Could switch out for that one. This one was a funny story I told him already. Sure. Okay. Didn't tell him any of those. Let's see what other ones we have. Grandfather. Okay, yeah, we'll try that one. That one's kind of entertaining. French spy seeking delivery of a coded message. Right. What other ones do we have in this category? Quite a few. Whoops. Damn, not what I meant to do. Alright, well, I understand how this works now. We already told him this one. I will put in another wild card, I suppose. I don't really use this one ever. The woman who hid from cows. Right. We'll try that one. Didn't use any of those, but I never used this one. These ones I do use a lot. Go with a wheelbarrow, last born buffalo, hunting bald eagle. Try the buffalo. I don't like this one. Killers in the streets. I don't like the killer pigeons either. Let's switch it up. Cassie's verse. That one's a sad one. Switch it up. We get some hopeful ones in there. No, I kind of like all those. Except for, except for Dupree's tale, we already told him. So, with that. Okay. Oh, you know what? I kind of like. Yeah, Mischievous Ghost of the Cincinnati Music Hall. That one's pretty good. Awesome. Okay. So we gotta head west. Try it out. Oop, we got another growing in the tails. Black car, yep. I've heard this one before. Eclipse. Strange woman who shared a moment with you during the eclipse grew to the eclipse which cast a shadow of pure love over the land. Quite a ways away. I wonder if it would be good to take this car and hitchhike or what. Sometimes they take me too far, you know? We'll try. We'll see. Actually, you know what? I see the campfire out there. It's not actually that far away. Ooh, we got stories over here. Helena. I did not know there's a town this way. Casey Jones, the theatrical railroad. Great story. It's not Casey Jones anymore. It's the fastest railroader in America.
Fog fills the margins of redwoods, vanishing their high crowns. A strong musk, reminiscent of a gasoline spill, makes your eyes water. Behind distant sets of trees, a titanic silhouette lurches past.
Ooh, let's follow.
Broken lines of blood blotch the stranger's footprints. You come upon a maimed elk, whose sundered antlers have left behind patches of exposed tissue. The sediment-covered corpse seems to have been dragged some considerable distance. The silhouette of the stranger looms at the edge of visible forest. You feel the weight of their eyes upon you.
Gotta risk it for the biscuit, ladies and gents. Let's call out.
The stranger doesn't respond. They turn and walk into the fog.
Ooh. Was this a Yeti? Or is it a Sasquatch or something else?
The Chinook salmon, having come to the end of its journey, is a grotesque beast. A great curved hump on its back, and that deformed hook of a jaw. The raven perched on it is unusually large, with a fat tuft of black feathers wrapped round its neck like a mane. With one practiced peck, it strikes at the salmon's blurred eye and pops it like a grape snapping open under your teeth. After tasting the fluid inside, it turns toward you, beady black eyes glinting in dying sunlight.
You want some? I can't eat this all by myself.
Yeah, the options are no or hell no. Hell no.
Suit yourself.
It steadies itself on the carcass, and some of the uric smell wafts over to you.
Don't look a gift eyeball in the mouth's what I always say.
Its voice is throaty and rough, fittingly.
What are you here for? If not the salmon.
I collect people's stories.
People stories, huh?
It tries to preen a stray feather back into place, but it only ends up more crooked.
What's so great about people? You should collect raven stories. Much better.
So tell me one.
Well, this one's a secret.
It flaps its wings and flies towards you, perching on your shoulder.
You see, there once was this raven who liked to...
And then, instead of finishing his thought, he just snaps at your eye with that sharp needle of a beak.
Damn, dodge it.
You flinch and close your eyes instinctively, losing your balance and taking an ungainly fall onto the soft sand of the riverbed.
Ah!
Cries the raven, once again perched on the dead salmon.
People always fall for it. You should have seen your face.
Damn, Raven. I see a story out there. Ah, almost get hit by a car.
A plank has been precariously raised as a tiny jetty over a creek, cutting its way through the woods. She's dressed in a simple baby blue dress of the same cloth as her daughter's. Both are bent at the waist, staring into the clear water.
It fell somewhere in here. It can't have gotten far.
She has the rocky voice of a distraught person who's unused to being distraught.
Hey, you!
She runs toward you, looking through displaced locks of wavy black hair.
Do you see my ring down there in the water?
Your eyes scan the bottom of the water, looking for a glint of metal among the moving shimmers of tiny, silver-scaled fish.
Huh. Found it.
You reach down into the water, gingerly grasping a narrow band of gold.
Oh, Lord, thank you so much.
She beams, all but stepping into the water to take it from you.
If you hadn't come around, I'd have lost my grandmother's ring.
Goodness.
The ring's magical.
The young girl blurts out. Her mother gives her a mock stern look, as though the daughter has just given away a big secret.
You drop it in the river, and it grants a wish.
And what did you wish for?
The mother laughs, shaking the water from her hair.
Why, I wished a stranger would roll into town with some stories.
Peace. Now that you told me that, it doesn't come true. Sorry. That's how wishes work. Man, got a bunch of stories over here. Got that little town. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to this little town. We're gonna come back here to that, and then we're gonna go to the next chapter for our Hell Ray. Hold up. Is it me, or does the music seem loud to you guys? Hey, going to the great state of Washington. Strange Street Lost in Time is now street in Washington, D.C. has been lost for 100 years.
The inn is the only respite from the rain outside. Enormous trees dwarf even the largest buildings and homes here, and the inn is no exception. But you find its interior as dark as the forest outside. No one is behind the bar. The quiet of the night is broken by the sound of glass crashing into the floor. A huge black tomcat, its coat taking on a moonlit sheen, laps experimentally at the high-proof hooch that had just spilled.
Approach the cat.
You try to lean over the cat to pet it, but something about the malevolent way he stares at you gives you pause.
Malevolent way, huh?
The beast pads into a darkened doorway, entering the back room of the inn.
Oh, the music is a bit loud. The voiceovers is a bit quiet. Okay.
You light a match to see by in the darkness, but you still nearly trip on her. A woman, presumably the landlady, her eyes gone glassy and foggy. And on her chest is that damned cat, snout to her face, sucking in the air from her dead lungs.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, let's fix that. Sound. We have everything all the way up, but we can turn the music volume down a little bit more. And then go out here, we turn it up in the mixer. How you do it. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that'll fix it. Okay. Music's still a little bit loud. That's better.
Timber! You hear the splintering crack
Oh
of
my.
old growth breaking.
I think
A
I might have.
tall, broad man looms in the clearing. He casts a shadow almost as long as the trees. A handful of other men gaze at him with admiration. A slate blue bull stands to the side, slowly chewing on a patch of grass.
Ooh. A blue bowl, huh? We know this story. Okay. I'm gonna go back and fix this up a little. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Hold up. Turn it down just a smidge. Okay.
God damn! Shouts the second largest man, scratches his beard. Come on, stranger, give it a shot. Try your arm against old Paul here.
Oh, Bunyan.
He gestures to an axe lying atop a jagged stump. A couple laughs flow through the crowd.
Hell yeah, man. You know what I'm talking about. How's the volume now? Is it good?
You strike out at a reedy spruce. The axe thwacks into the trunk and roots there. You wrench it out and swing again. Your rhythm is shattered by wood splintering. Your opponent
Awesome.
has just cut through two thick evergreens growing close together in one fluid movement.
Alright, keep chopping. Let's do it. We can't let Paul Bunyan show us up.
Thwack, thunk, thwack. The huge lumberjack is cutting a circle around you, barely stopping to let one tree fall before he strikes another. The bearded man shakes his head, watching with amusement. Another lumberjack claps him on the shoulder.
Keep chopping. Paul Bunyan ain't nothing.
At last, your tree falls. The bearded man steps forward and shakes your hand. Don't feel bad. No one can match him. I'm not even sure he's human. He looks at the woodcutter, now scratching the ox's ears. You gave it your best. That counts for something.
Okay, we're using that story. I want to see Paul Bunyan's story turn into legend. This one? Change it to Paul Bunyan. Where you at? Wasn't this one? No? Okay. Did I take it? Back. Back. Have to. What's going on here? What category was that under? I thought it was this one. But I don't see it there. Well, can I look at the story somehow? No, I guess not. World. Is it this one? No? Yeah. Where is it? Am I just completely misremembering? Which category was Paul Bunyan's story in? Are you? Yeah, not sure. Okay, well, we'll find it. But for now, I'm gonna head back this way. I like how there's little pine trees all over the place.
This boy is capable of some intimidating eye contact. He holds your gaze long enough to make you squirm, and then mercifully breaks the silence. Do you like riddles? He has a dull voice.
Yeah, sure. Statue of Liberty looking one. Yeah, that's what I thought
Lovely
too.
and round, he says. Oh, he's jumping straight into it, huh? I shine with pale light. I am grown in the darkness. I'm a lady's delight. What am I?
The moon.
A pearl. That's right. Now your prize.
Damn.
He reaches inside his overalls and freezes. The confident air with which he quizzed you is gone, and you're staring at a pale portrait of horror. He's escaped! The boy screams at you. Run!
What? Just run. Okay. Okay, yeah. I can't go any further down the list. I can't go any further up the list. So what's going on here? Can I don't understand. Not there. This ain't there. Not here either. Let's see. Internet. Do you know? Try the world one. Okay, we'll try the world one. There's Johnny Appleseed. Can we go up? No, we cannot. Can we go down? No, we cannot. Damn. Haven't been able to find it on the internet either. Okay, well then. Anything we can do with this? No, no. I don't see that one either. Oh, damn, you can just return? Oh, that's so good. Fast travel. Let's see if I can use try this. We'll try using the controller instead of keyboard and mouse and see if that lets us do anything special. There we go, it sure does. Oh, damn. Awesome. Woodcutter. Yeah, okay, so the mouse wheel scroll for some reason wasn't letting me scroll down all the way. There's a lot of stories we have not used ever. Dust Bowl Devastation. Sasquatch. Let's use that one. I want to use this one. What's a better one for this one? Bear. I like that. That's a scary one. Yeah, it is bugged. Mm-hmm. Cat. Done there, though. We need more of the devil, for sure. Let's see what we got. Shaw's Life and Times. No, we'll go with that one. The Bootleggers. Wounded Soldier. I don't really like that one so much. That's fine. What else do we have? Need more scary ones. Oh yeah, Pico's Bill. Do that one. Thunderbirds. That. Nothing special about those ones. Let's see, what else do we have? Fine. Gonna go through these really quick to see what we have. We already went through that one. Already went through that one. Already went through that one. Fishermen are the seagulls that talk to the. I did not forget about Paul. There's Paul, right there, the woodcutter. And we have Johnny Appleseed right there. Let's see what else we have. Got a bunch here. Let's see. Red creature with fur coat in Detroit. Yeah. Let's try pushing that one up. Man obsessed with fish. Bad. Cool. Alright, I like it. Okay, so note to self, we need to use the controller when we're going through stories. Alright, so here's the camp coming up, but I see several stories outside of it. So we're gonna head to Boise, gonna do that stuff, gonna get the stories outside, and then we're gonna head to Ray once again. Maybe. Someday.
Howdy!
The salty old driver grins, showing off his remaining teeth.
Ever seen a horse before?
Yeah, buddy.
Liar! Else you'd have noticed that Scott here is a purebred spotted Appaloosa. Very rare. Scotty's great-granddaddies came to this country with El Conquistadors. My family's kept that bloodline pure ever since.
Wipes away a tear.
So now what do you have to say about my horse?
You know, that's like saying, hey, you ever seen a car before? Oh, why didn't you know that I was driving a Corvette? Nice horse, buddy.
Heck of an understatement. Go on. Give Scotty a scratch behind his ears.
All right, jeez.
Hesitantly, you brush the horse's mane. He promptly jerks around and bites you. The driver's incensed.
Where'd you learn how to caress a horse?
Hey, not fair at all. You told me to. Damn, guy. The boy whose shiftless father leaves him in the woods is now the boy who lives wild in the woods with the bones of his father. Alright, let's go to Boise. We're gonna get some food real quick first, just in case. Ooh. Boise, the mountains are stunning, but your attention is drawn to the near splendor of the Boise Hotel's massive neon sign stuck against the sky. Despite the new construction, you can tell the city is struggling. Get some food. We get an enormous burger. Hell yeah. Whoa, that is really good burger. Yeah.
People throng the fair, filling the air with laughter and chit-chat. Kids thread and weave through the stalls, laughing, and knots of farmers stand discussing the various animals on show. The cow is resplendent. It seems to glow in the sunshine, a winner's ribbon pinned on its bridle. The women smile when they see you looking. The one holding the bridle waves you over.
Ain't she a beaut? First in her category.
The woman sat milking chimes in.
She deserves it, wouldn't you say?
She doesn't wait for an answer.
Want to try some?
Sure, why not? We're the adventurous type.
You walk over as she dips a cup in the milking bucket. As you get closer, you see the patches on the cow's skin. Thick, irregular clumps of scales. The woman holds out the froth-laden cup.
I'm hallucinating. We wouldn't want to be rude.
The milk is thick and slimy. It tastes meaty. Now your lips have parted the white froth. You see the liquid has a livid purple color.
Ugh.
Like a bruise.
Ugh.
One of the women giggles.
You have a mustache.
Oh, that's gross. Yeah, I'm probably high on LSD or something. Okay, look for work. Starts to rain. Seek shelter. Yep.
You come to a car parked at the side of the road. Across the road, some children loiter. As you approach the car, their gazes make their way to you.
Hey!
One girl shouts. She waves at you, then points at the car.
Don't open the door!
Why not?
Before you can question the girl, the car's suspension groans and a shape stirs inside. A huge black dog panting on the hot seat, lips pulled back on rows of sharky teeth.
Hey!
He says, nose pressed against the glass.
Hey, you! Let me out of here!
Oh, gee. Everybody knows that you should let at least crack the window. But this dog is talking to me, and he has rows of sharky teeth. And the girl said not to. No way.
You shake your head. The dog tracks you with a double-barreled stare that grows hotter and hotter and angrier with each step you take away. His lips are trembling.
Hey! Fuck you!
He blurts.
Fuck you!
Rude.
The kids across the street howl with laughter.
Demon dog. Alright, well, if I had known that it was a joke by the kids, I would have let him out.
An older, portly man stands on the street corner, fixing a look of refined disdain on everyone who walks past. As he catches sight of you, he alights on you with a kind of thrill.
You!
He calls, pointing.
Who, me? The skeleton?
He sidles closer to you. You aren't from around here, huh? You, want to make some cash?
Sure, if it's something a skeleton can do.
Holes need to get dug. Fence posts, you know, on my estate. My maintenance man is sick. It's just a quick drive.
Okay.
Great. Good. This way.
He takes you down an alley where a car is parked. A little shabbier than you expected. Up close, he's a lot shabbier too. He draws a pistol from inside his jacket.
Give me everything you got.
He snaps.
Ah, shit. Ah, fuck. We'll give him the money, I guess.
You hand over what you have. He pockets the money with his free hand. The other keeps the gun trained on your head. He climbs backwards into his car and manages to get it away down the alley before you can do anything to stop him.
But it took health away. That's not fair. Weird. Did I not have any money? Okay. Like it took away health and money. Another story way out there. Oh boy. Wounded soldier turns into the bushwhacker's vengeful ghost. Line, know the story. Yup. Move on. Man who made molasses turns into the man who ate only molasses. Alright. Chapter 3, Ray. Red Sky. Hey there, Pard. Ah! What the hell? The skeleton horse behind him. What the hell? Okay. It's a demon horse.
Keep moving there, stranger. You wouldn't want me to... Oh, it's you. Sorry about that, amigo. Been quite a while. This desert sun will bleach your memory. Raymond Edward Dawson, or Riding Ray. It's all over the posters now with a hefty sum attached to them. I'm going by Will now. This here's my new horse, Ghost.
Your new horse, Ghost, huh? What happened to your other one, Ray? You a horse wrangler? I think he is. I think he's a horse thief. People don't see you as a skeleton. You have an everyman face. If they do notice you off, it's due to them also being odd. Like this guy? Being a thief?
Couldn't stand seeing those damn fences no more, so I started cutting them. Landed me in the clink a few times, but I got good at cutting through there, too.
Uh-huh. Not sure I trust you anymore, Ray.
But anyway, you know some funny stories, right?
Oh, also, Ray, your boot is like in the fire. You might want to do something about that. Look, what's a funny story? Called it. What do we got? Grandfather's kind of funny. French spy, yep.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna tell that one next time I share a campfire. But talking about my choices, my recent choices, I didn't set out trying to hurt no one. But the more I see men trying to bring harm to the desert, the more I feel like I gotta stand up for her. So, you know any good jokes?
Another funny story. Good God, man. This one. Mischievous Ghost of Cincinnati Music Hall. I hope he thinks this one's funny. I thought it was
funny. You're funny as hell, you know that?
Uh-huh. You're making me uncomfortable, Ray.
Prison? I'd rather die than be stuck in one of those holes. Crammed in a little square box I can barely see out of. It's torture. Worse than torture. So, you know any good jokes?
Another one. God damn, man. Alright, so the cow's under her house. You think that one's a funny story? I kinda think that one's a funny story. What about this one? This one a funny one? Enough, maybe? Oh boy, that's the hard part. What some people think is funny would not be the same. Tell the story of the woman who hid from cows under her house. We're gonna try it. Come on, it's a funny one. I thought it was funny.
Oh,
He did too.
that's a good one. I'm gonna tell that one next time I share a campfire. Heaven. Some people's idea of heaven is everything civilized, whatever that means. If civilization means men coming around, carving up the desert and taking pieces for themselves, well, I hope civilization collapses and it all goes back to how it should be.
Oh, we both see each other's true self now. That's why he didn't know us at first? Oh.
I bet you've seen some really wild, exciting stuff out there, though. Tell me about it.
Oh yeah, I got plenty of those. Honey, Casey Jones, fastest railroader in America. Paul Bunyan might have been good for that too.
What a story. Man, I'd never go bored sharing a campfire with you. Travel? I'll never stop moving now, even if I wanted to. I'll never bind myself to one place, and to hell with anyone who tries to force me to. But anyway, amigo, what's the most exciting thing you've seen out here on the road?
Okay. Or Bill, the cowboy who rode into a storm. Hell yeah. Pico's Bill. I think that's what it is,
You
right?
live an exciting life, amigo. I'm free now. But I don't know if you can really call being on the lam being all that free. I gotta watch where I go. It's just another fence, another do not enter sign on top of all the other ones we got round here. The sun's coming up, amigo. I've gotta get going. Take my advice. Keep off the roads. The open country's safest. The desert's harsh, but at least it's fair. I'm cutting overland this way.
Go north, huh? Okay.
Usually I don't have anyone I can tell my plans to, but I know you. Well, you understand this country. You've been all over it too. People like us, we're the kind who can't live no other way.
Fair enough, partner. Aw, it didn't heal me. Yeah, man. Woman who hid under the house is now the intelligent cows who took over their owner's house. Can't do nothing. I don't have any money. Okay. North is that way. Let's go. Finish up Ray. See, there's fire in the distance. Fortune teller and the curse turned into the fortune teller whose dark past stained the souls of something or other. I couldn't read it all. Spokane, Washington. Crazy how many stories there are in this game. I thought I heard a lot of folktales when I was young, but man, there's a lot of new ones I never heard here. We'll just skip through all this jazz. Hotel haunted by the ghosts of the twin toddlers is now a hotel where travelers lie awake at night and blah 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 blah. That's too long. Alright, Ray. Alright, freaky dude.
Hey there, amigo. I knew we'd meet again. You and I are both the kind of folks who can't be held in one place. But the law's gonna follow me wherever I go the rest of my days. It's funny to feel free and hunted both at once. I don't want to find a place to settle and rest, but now, on the U.S. side of the border, I can't.
Canada's not too far away, partner.
So, you know any good jokes?
Damn it. I wonder if this is a joke. Try it. Walking Willis. It sure is.
You're funny as hell, you know that? Travel? I'll never stop moving now, even if I wanted to. I'll never bind myself to one place, and to hell with anyone who tries to force me to.
Okay, buddy. Sounded more and more like a desperado.
I bet you've seen some really wild, exciting stuff out there, though. Tell me about it.
That is kind of seen. What would be a good one to do? That's not something we usually do. Try this one. Woodcutter. All Bunyan.
You
Damn,
live an exciting
awesome
life, amigo. Home? The desert's my home. They can fence it off, they can wrap it in barbed wire, paved roads. But hell if I'm gonna let them do it without a fight. But anyway, you know some funny stories, right?
Yeah, man. Likes his funny stories. I don't even need to do it. See if we can just figure out some of these other ones. This one. Let's see if it's a funny story.
Oh, come on, amigo. You and I can skip that happy fake stuff, all right?
It's a happy story. Okay.
Poncho was the last of my family left. That night I got arrested. He and I were bashed up pretty bad. But there ain't no prison clinics for the poor beasts that we rope into our affairs.
Poor Poncho.
But anyway, amigo, what's the most exciting thing you've seen out here on the road?
Exciting. Who are the killers? Mafiosos.
Oh, come on. That one didn't really happen.
What? That was exciting, getting shot at?
Those lawmen back in town, the sheriff, all the way up to the general. They might think they have authority over America's borders, but they don't got authority over the desert. And as long as I'm out here, I'm the one in control. But anyway, amigo, what's the most
The lawmen, the mafiosos are not exciting. Try this. Story the cops arming to take on a strike.
What a story. Man, I'd never go bored sharing a campfire with you. But talking about my choices, my recent choices, I didn't set out trying to hurt no one. But the more I see men trying to bring harm to the desert, the more I feel like I gotta stand up for her. Anyway, I gotta get a move on, amigo. Can't stay in one place too long no more. Doubt we'll see each other again. But I hope the best for you.
Take care of yourself, amigo.
Anyway, I gotta get a move on, amigo. Can't stay in one place too long no more.
But I got nothing left here no more. Gotta head down to old Mexico and rest my feet a spell. Adios, amigo. Ray story complete. Ooh-yeah. Hey. Let's head to the west. All the way out to the Pacific. Ah, John Chapman has turned into the apple orchard planter who planted 10,000 trees. Yes, he's turning into Johnny Appleseed. Cowboy burp. The Columbia River. So the Columbia River is a pretty important river in Oregon here. Like there's a really awesome place we can go and visit called the Columbia River Gorge. Man, that place is amazing. Like huge cliffs, the river going between it. You got giant ass trees down there. But the funny thing is, where in Western Oregon it doesn't snow like ever, in the Columbia River Gorge they get like 10, 20 feet in no time flat. I remember when I was driving across country to move from New York to Oregon, we went through the Columbia River Gorge with a trailer full of stuff for the move, and it was super snowy. It was terrifying. Because at the end of the gorge, you go down a pretty steep incline. A picnic blanket strewn with half-eaten lunches lies abandoned. Wait, that pile of coats is an old woman. My grandchildren all wanted to go swimming, she complains. But no one wanted to stay with me. She feeds you well. Good food in exchange for quiet company. Oh, thank you. Needed that.
He's seen better
Oh,
days.
jeez. Oh, shit. What happened? Holy crap, man.
Hard times all over, the bull says archly, with what seems to you an aristocratic air. Its blood still fresh pools around your feet.
Jeez. It's seen better days. No shit.
You dip a finger in. Yes, yes, go on, sighs the bull. Why not? It soaks through your skin as if you were made of tissue, and it strikes you all of a sudden. You've never felt this good in your life. Sensing your astonishment, the bull just rolls its eyes.
I'm gonna put that one on my stories for sure. Yeah. And then we're also going to do this one. A headless woman that needs a ribbon in order to keep her head on. You know, we could have just like been nice to him and asked him like, so, how's it going? Seattle. Best fish ever. If you're ever in Seattle, you have to taste their fish. It's so good. A tiny motor mouth is eagerly sharing the details of a strange tale with her brother as they loiter outside the store. The boy listens rapidly, eyes growing larger, mouth hanging open like a fish. Drunkard lineman turned to the whippoorwill watching for death. Seattle. It's raining, of course. Yes, it does rain a lot. People hurry through the streets with their collars up and water streaming off their hats. North of Pioneer Square, there's a Hooverville with its own mayor, they say. And some money. Let's panhandle. No luck.
On top of a hillside boxcar, 4 men in sailors' clothes fix their eyes on the distant waterfront, where a crowd of hundreds clashes with uniformed cops.
Ooh, damn.
From this far, the sound resembles some loud, tenacious animal. After a while of silence, one of the men responds. You notice his bruised eye. Waiting on the police to deal with those strikers so we can get back to work.
And, you're not on strike?
The man clenches his fists.
Hey, mind your damn business.
Okay, buddy.
One of those bastards dragged me off the pier and... The police open fire into the crowd. As the shots ring out, the character of the sound changes altogether into terror and pain.
Oh, fuck this. Bye.
Bye?
No point dying for a day's work. The man crawls to the edge of the boxcar and hops off. The sound of gunfire continues all across the port, but the dense picket line remains unbroken.
Damn. That is harsh. Yeah, with the black eye. So back in the day, you'd have people who would go on strike and want to, you know, get the stuff changed for the better, which is admirable. But then you'd also have the scabs, who are people waiting to take the jobs away from the picketers. That's why they're called scabs. So the people didn't have jobs, so they were looking for jobs any way they could. And they realized that people on strike, you know, could be replaced. Unions are
This
nice
club
because it
is
prevents
quiet
that.
and cool and open 24 hours. So you slip into a booth near the back where it's too dark for people to see you haven't bought a drink. Up on stage, a slight little man approaches the microphone. He utters a long, sustained series of low, loud notes. Dissonant, like a song stretched out and slowed down. Your heart races. The crowd murmurs and bristles. The walls seem to shift uncomfortably too.
Sing something happy.
Someone shouts.
Let's see where this goes.
Half the room bails, but you grip the edge of the table and lock eyes on the singer. His next song is even slower and deeper. Your eardrums ache and your eyes water. A waiter struggles unsteadily across the room. Someone in the back shouts,
Stop it!
Stay seated.
The singer continues, and you lose track of yourself between the notes. When he finishes his set, you startle awake and realize that your face is damp with tears. The room is empty. The singer's looking at you, smiling, arm extended, an invitation for a solo.
Sure, why not? It's weird, but...
He sits in the front row. You sing. Well, something. You haven't heard it before, but you know the words. And as you sing, a radiant satisfaction grows and grows at the center of your chest. Your eyes tear up, and you hit a triumphant final note. But suddenly, the singer is gone. Your ears are ringing, and there's a waiter shouting for you to leave. Out on the sidewalk, everyone's losing their lunch, but you feel strangely warm. Love. A song about love. Too bad you can't remember the words.
Nice. Well. The unnerving lounge singer. Yeah. We are, ladies and gentlemen, we have wandered the great US of A, and we are on the coast of the Pacific Ocean.
The little peddler shifts restlessly from foot to foot beside his cart, wringing his hands and glancing around as if he's in some kind of mild agony.
Hey,
He calls, holding up a quarter.
I gotta piss. Will you watch my stuff for a minute?
Sure.
He flips you a quarter and hurries off down the road. 5 minutes later, he still hasn't returned, but a whole crowd is marching toward you from the other direction. They start shoving and screaming at you.
He's a snake oil vendor. Now they're pissed at me. What's the matter?
The man grabs you by the arm. You working with them? He shows you 6 tiny, bloody teeth in the palm of his hand. My daughter's dying.
I had nothing to do with it.
No matter how you protest, they refuse to believe you weren't involved in the scam. 2 drag you off to the side of the road and begin to work you over with a bunch of rocks in the end of a sock.
Ah, stop.
But someone puts a flame to the peddler's cart. It suddenly explodes in a shower of foul-smelling cures. Your assailants bolt, leaving you face down in the mud, burning scraps of who knows what raining down all around you. Fuck. But at least your teeth are still in.
Damn. You got messed up. See, what do we have? Half gold, half life. Full sleep at least. The trees in this orchard are heavy with near-ripe fruit. Surely the owner won't mind if you pick a few. A little while later, your belly is full and you've got an apple in each pocket. Sweet. Okay, let's head back to the campfire. Walking simulator. Yeah. It is a little bit. You're correct about that. About the journey, Powell. Not the destination. That whistle really gets in the middle of my brain sometimes. August? Chapter 1. It's
You
definitely
see me
August.
here? You think you know me? I didn't start out in the gutter. I was raised right. Mama taught me to read off the Bible. But I'd save up my nickels for the collection plate and buy story rags instead.
Powell, nice.
That smell of wood and paper. Anyhow, you got any stories that end looking up? I miss those hopeful ones.
Yeah, sure do, pal. Any ones I want to use? I wonder if this one is. Story of the Slow-Going Cart by Minneapolis. About a family hanging out, enjoying their time.
Leaves a warm feeling in your chest, huh?
Yeah, like vodka.
My future. I didn't know then, but my future was all spelled out in those rags. But anyway, you seen anything good and funny out here?
Lighthouse is happy. Yes, it is. I know. But that one's already upgraded fully, so I didn't want to use it. Funny, huh? You want something funny. That one's happy. You know that. Funny. Those aren't funny. Walking Willis. That one was funny, right? Okay, the French Spy, we know is funny, 100%. Mischievous Ghosts, we'll try that one. Intelligent Cows, like that, yep. Rude, Powell. Rude. Story of the intelligent cows who took over their owner's house. Yes, that's what we're going to use.
Suppose I need a good laugh now and again.
Oh, that's right, pal.
Talking about heaven. I guess I had it back then. Lived in a little house in Louisville with a good mama and a daddy who worked hard at the factory. Never knew I had dreams for something bigger till I read those stories. So I miss them blood-pounding adventure stories. You got any like that?
Well, see, buddy, since you're already completely trusting us, we're just going to exit. So we don't waste any stories.
My daddy wanted me to quit reading them rags. Said it kept me from hard work. Got his wish, but he didn't get hard work instead. Anyway, I'm headed out this way when the sun comes up. I like your tales. Hope we cross paths again.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and slam this guy out. Not that way, though. We're gonna go across Washington and finish him up. So the thing is, right, once you use your stories on him, when you see him again, he doesn't accept those stories again. So, the ones that we told him this time, we're gonna switch out. Let's see. What ones did we tell him this time? We told him of... Which one? They're all out of order. Okay, we told him this one, the intelligent cows. Switch up... This one. No, you know what? Johnny Appleseed is going to stay there, but we're going to switch it out for Children of the Corn. Okay, we told him this one. We're going to switch it up for, I don't know, the Despairing Man, I suppose? Okay, those are the two that we used. Now that those are switched out, all of the stories that we have available for next time are ones that he's never heard. Let's go. Across the Columbia River. Head back on over to Spokane, Washington. Alright, we got a story upgrade here. This kindly old man sharing the shade under the bridge with you tells you a few rambling stories. Some true seeming, some conspicuously less so. All true, he assures you. There is history in this place, going all the way back to Indian times. Strange stuff happens around here. Can't all be true. Sure it is, he scoffs. And then, as to prove himself right, he launches into a story about the travelers who move at the speed of a snail. And this one, you know, it's the story of the slow-going cart. I know that one. See? I ain't pulling your leg. Yeah, sure. Auguste, Chapter 2. Like an Angel.
I was still a kid when Dame started turning my head.
Well.
Long gams, gleaming her eye, all dolled up, and I was done. I didn't know how to talk to a dame. I was a boy, play acting as a man. But when I indulged in a little liquid courage, I was off to the races.
Watch it, buddy. Too much of that, and you're no longer off to the races.
Anyhow, you got any stories that end looking up? I miss those hopeful ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a few. That one. That one is actually a hopeful one. That one. One's a hopeful story, not a happy story. Slight difference there. I think this is a hopeful one. Seagulls telling fishermen where to find the best catch.
Well, that one sure makes me smile. Me? I never wanted to settle down, get married, think about the future, till I got stuck on Louisa. Then I couldn't help it.
Happens to the best of us, pal.
The future played on my mind like Louisa played with my heart. But you know, the books I miss the most is the hopeful ones. Got any of those?
Another hopeful one, huh? Butterflies. Oh, tell a story of the man who ate only molasses. I think that's hopeful.
Leaves a warm feeling in your chest, huh? Joy? Well, seeing a doll smile when she sees you? Not much better than that. Especially if that doll's Louisa. Some of them story rags, they'd end so sad I'd almost cry. You got any of those?
I like how he calls books rags. The story of the stabbed and bleeding bull. Let's try that one.
My daddy said those stories aren't like the world really is. He was right.
What? What? That's not a sad one?
Sadness? Yeah, remembering it all makes me sad. All the time me and Louisa wasted fighting, you'd think that'd hurt the most. But remembering her smile, her laugh, that's what tears me up inside. Anyhow, you got any stories that end looking up? I miss those hopeful ones.
Okay. Really don't want to mess this one up. This one. Thunderbird people. Metalworker in the company house. That's not bad.
Well, that
There
one
we
sure
go.
makes me smile.
Perfect.
Don't know how me and Louisa came together. We couldn't have known where we'd end up. Guess we had faith. Her and me and her. But you tell me, what's the wildest thing you've seen on the roads out here? Anything good and exciting?
I'm not gonna waste another story. Sorry, buddy.
Well, here's the sun. Gotta get going soon. All this talk makes me think about my girl. Before our daughter, I never knew what it was like to have a life depend on mine. But once I held my baby girl in my arms, I finally learned my daddy's lesson. What about you? What lessons do you learn as your life goes twisting along?
Okay. So where did he go? Shoot. Where did he go? Oh crap, I lost him. Oh, there he is. He just headed down south. Okay. We gotta switch out our stories again for him. Those, none of those. We use this one. We'll try that one. Then we use. Which one did we use? One? Big Farmers, that's a funny one. Try that. We use the seagulls. Ooh. What's the last one we used? Molasses. Yeah. There we go. Alright, so we have all new ones now. Oh. Alright, south we go. Southward ho. Actually, Gonna go over here and upgrade one of our stories first. Blessed Lighthouse turns into the lighthouse lamp which would only burn in the presence of true love. Away we go across the wilderness. Another upgrade for our story. Thunderbird people who fly turn into the Thunderbirds, swooping and darting around the high places. Pico's Bill, the cowboy who tamed the wind. Yeah. August, Chapter 3. Can't win for losing.
I had me a wife. I tried my hand at my daddy's factory work, but I wasn't up to snuff. For every bottle I filled on the line, I emptied my soul. When the war started, I figured I'd fight for my country. But they wouldn't take me on account of all those years reading. Couldn't see well enough.
What? It doesn't have anything to do with singing.
But the Merchant Marine, they took me as I am. And then I had everything. So I miss them blood-pounding adventure stories. You got any like that?
Yeah. Legendary Gwen Mishit, the richest and most ruthless bootlegger ever. Or the killers on the streets. Try this one. Maybe this one's an exciting story. Nope.
Sounds
Damn.
like one of the bad, soppy ones I used to read.
Oh, so you think it's a sad story, huh?
Authority? You pegged me right. Never liked being told what to do. Not the way my father dished it. But when it comes to the sea, you do what you're told. For yourself and your brothers. But you know, the books I miss the most is the hopeful ones. Got any of those?
Yep. The lighthouse. This one is happy. Is happy and hopeful different? Yeah, so hard to know. Funny, 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 hopeful, exciting, funny, scary. I don't know what this one is. Hopeful maybe because I shared water with them. Sad. That one is also sad, I think. That one's hopeful maybe. Let's try. I don't want to mess it up. Another one, but.
Well, that one
right.
sure makes me smile.
It is hopeful.
Trust. Thought I trusted Louisa with my heart, with my life. But in too many ports, I learned it's hard to believe in someone who ain't there. But you tell me, what's the wildest thing you've seen on the roads out here? Anything good and exciting?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Pico's Bill. Where you at? Cowboy who tamed the wind. That's exciting.
Ooh, tell another like that and you could write a good rag. Freedom's tricky on the sea. As mariners, we never had a choice where we went or what we did. But on the sea, I never felt as free from my daddy's eyes or as far away from those fields outside of town. Anyhow, you got any stories that end looking up? I miss those hopeful ones.
Wait. He really likes the hopeful ones, doesn't he? Yeah, we'll use the lighthouse one.
Leaves a warm feeling in your chest, huh? All I got is memories. The seawater splashing against my face. A new sky, sun setting over a new port. Just a few sips, and I'm back on my ship like the past ain't dead and gone. But you know, the books I miss the most is the hopeful ones. Got any of those?
You know what? We're just gonna use a wild card. Tired of this. Franklin's Travels. Focusing on the hopeful parts.
Leaves a warm feeling in your chest, huh? Sadness. Well, I'm never gonna see a new shore again. And that's about all I got to say about that. Well, time to get going. I'm off this way when the sun rises.
Heading down to Utah, huh?
But talking with you brings it back. The good and the bad. And the bad's what sticks. I died the day my ship was sunk. I felt alive on that sea with my brothers. And knowing I was doing right by my family, my country. Almost wish I never felt that way. Never knew what I'm missing now. Maybe I'll find it here at the bottom of this bottle.
Alrighty. Now, gotta switch out a whole bunch of stories. Let's see. Use Picos Bill. Raise Lament. Yeah, we'll use that as a wild card. He likes hopeful ones, so we'll switch out for New York, the Workers' Paradises. Didn't use either of those. Use Franklin's Travels. Lighthouse thing we used. This will be a funny one. Will be. We'll leave that. Didn't use any of those. Didn't use any of those. I think we used that one. And we used that one last. Switch out to this guy. Didn't use any of those. Nope. 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 We'll use this one, but this one's a sad one. You have to keep that in mind. Shaw's Life and Times. I don't remember that story, sadly. Scary one. Kid that required a toll. That one's probably a funny one. Okay, I think we switched out all the ones that we used. If I'm not mistaken. Man who ate only molasses turned into the molasses that multiplied to feed a whole town. Alright, so I gotta go southeast. Off this way. I can see its fire on the horizon. Heading to the southwest. That's fun how the music changes. Salt Lake City, Utah. Dead woman with a yellow ribbon turned into the ghost of a woman executed in Paris.
An excitable man in dirty suspenders waves you over to a cave mouth.
Partner, do me a favor, friend. Can you, inspect that cave there? Got 2 bits with your name on them.
Okay.
The cave interior is nice and cool. There's a whole bear hide, treated and tanned, lying on the ground. It'll be a good spot to rest for a time, if not for the human skeleton.
Okay.
Back of the skull has a hole about the size of a quarter. You find a slip of journal paper inside the mouth. Normal bones, which Floyd the respectable prospector ain't touched nor seen much, merely stumbled upon during honest business.
What?
The man jumps out of his suspenders when he notices your return.
Friend! Oh, gave me an awful scare. Making me think you got lost in there. Hey, you see those bones? How do you think that fella croaked?
Plenty of bears around.
The man cups your hands and screams in rapture.
My sly friend, you didn't tell me you're a detective. I'd have never deduced that in a million years. Lord in heaven, I'm blessed. Blessed!
After he pulls back, you feel something inside your hands. It's a shiny silver coin. Great.
Okay, thanks, guy. Turn down just a little bit.
You reckon he can make the time?
The old-timer elbows you as you try to get a look from the edge of the pen. Thick dust kicking up from the bronco's hooves. The cowboy's body swings like a reed being whipped in the air. He doesn't fall quite yet.
Wouldn't bet on it.
Good,
He says.
betting it'll be the death of this town, I tell you.
You turn to look at him. He's a leathery figure under a hat that's too big for his frame now. Eyes squeezed into slits by decades of harsh sun. After an agonizing minute, where you're sure the skinny cowboy is going to snap in half under the force, time is called.
Son of a bitch,
You hear the old-timer say.
damn boy did it.
Nice. I think there's other stories around here, isn't there? Way down there. Yeah, I don't know about that. Auguste, chapter 4, fly away.
Krauts that sunk my ship took most of my sight in the blast.
Damn. Got a seagull. And hands from the grave trying to drag him down into the murky depths.
Came home, couldn't work, couldn't read. But I could drink. That I could do. Easy as falling off a log. And I could lose my family. I could do that too. But you know, the books I miss the most is the hopeful ones. Got any of those?
Oh, hopeful books. Probably. One. Funny one. Hopeful, huh? I don't want to mess this up. Thirsty cotton pickers. Let's try that one. I gave them water.
Well,
Hey.
that one sure makes me smile. Heaven, I was drinking the night my Louisa left. Didn't notice till 2 dames and a lick of bottles later. Lost in my little slice of heaven. But you tell me, what's the wildest thing you've seen on the roads out here? Anything good and exciting?
Yeah, plenty. Legendary Gwyn Mitchett, the richest and most ruthless bootlegger ever.
My blood's pumping. That's the kind I used to like as a boy. Authority. I swore an oath to it. I swore to follow my superiors to the best of my ability. But what was their oath to me? Where's their loyalty when I need it? Anyhow, you got any stories that end looking up? I miss those hopeful ones.
Yeah, I know you do. You'll love them. Okay, hopeful. Future New York, a worker's paradise. Actually, let's see if there's a different one so we don't use a wild card. Two girls in the haunted house. Let's try it. I think that's hopeful. Or happy.
Leaves a warm feeling in your chest, huh?
I guess both.
Doesn't matter who I loved. They're all gone now. I got a big old heart with no one in it. But you know, the books I miss the most.
Another hopeful one. Good God, man. That's a happy one. It might work. Beautiful butterflies. A hopeful story. Let's just use a wild card.
Leaves a warm feeling in your chest, huh?
Yup.
Travel taught me lots. I'd seen this world plenty. Beggars in every bar and port reach out with gnarled hands. But before it happened to me, I never seen anything like the way this country treats a serviceman. Anyhow, you got any stories that end?
Another hopeful one. That's fine. Use another wild card. Talk about Ray.
Well, that one sure makes me smile.
Hey, perfect.
Freedom. Yeah, I got nothing holding me back now. Just me and the bottle and the road. Brothers left me. Wife and kid left me. Country left me. Spend our whole lives living for the future, never realizing that when it comes, we'll have been forgotten. Sorry, mouth is dry from all this talking. And I reckon I got nothing left to say.
Fantastic. Okay, well, I want to head back up to Washington and Oregon. There's a quick way to do it. By hitchhiking. Actually, let's get this story upgrade first. The new grandfather has turned into the superhuman strength of a happy new grandfather. Stop. Stupid car. Hey, buddy. Hey, thanks, pal. You brought me all the way to Boise. Ah! The map apparently is loading. Belgian cows who took their owner's house has turned into the cow landlords who evicted the human tenants. Okay. Oh no, there's a story there. Oh no, we're gonna miss it. These cars don't stop for nothing. I can't do anything. We're heading away, no matter what I do. Oh. You're just gonna let me off in the bridge, huh? Actually, let's take a look at our take a look at our stories. Okay. No. Got Pico's Bill. We want to use that. See what else we have. Oh, you know what? I wonder if this is Old Yeller. The boy and his dog. Let's see. August Tale. Mafioso. Paul Bunyan. This one would be the Seagulls. It will be Travelers. Johnny Appleseed. Landlord Cows. And that one. Be hopeful. I don't recognize any of these other ones. Rodeo? Okay. Looks like we're heading down to the great state of Oregon. Not that I'm partial or anything. Portland, you look a lot different than I've seen. Portland exists essentially on the side of a mountain. Not here, it doesn't though, apparently. Alright, listen in on their story. It's raining, I'm sure. Family of pig farmers turns into the pig farmers haunted by Meemaw. What do you got, Portland?
This church's doors stand open. You wander in to ask for a glass of water. There's no preacher, only a disheveled music teacher and a class of young men picking out bawdy songs on the organ. The group can't hear you over an improvised erotic limerick shouted over an equally indelicate tune.
Let's wait and listen.
The verses escalate in depravity until the music finally swells and comes to the grand finale.
Nice. Applaud?
Smiling, the teacher invites you to a seat in the pews. A boy returns with water and cookies, and as you eat, the group sings a song about genitalia in perfect three-part harmony.
Wonderful!
The teacher cries.
Again!
What even is that?
You suddenly become conscious of something heavy in the air. The light of the cigarette breaks the darkness. In its glow, you see the face. Something inside you wishes you hadn't. ¿Quieres esto? He rasps. Then, cigarette.
Yeah, we'll take it.
You pluck the cigarette from his fingers, and suddenly, his whole body starts to dissolve. You watch him disintegrate until all that remains of him is on the floor. A disquieting pile of, well, what would you call it? Bone meal?
Why is eating the bone meal an option? That makes no sense in this context. Let's smoke our cigarette.
Coolly,
Wow.
you take a long drag on the cigarette, and then erupt in a coughing fit that lasts a full 5 minutes. It's a little embarrassing, but from the bone meal on the ground, it's clear things could be worse.
Ow. It hurt. What the hell? I mean, I know smoking is bad for you. Jeez.
You come across the two musicians on the corner, playing no louder than a murmur. The blind one to the left doesn't sing so much as moan. If we are willing, he will teach us to love our brothers, to dance and sing.
Okay, we'll stay.
It continues. We dream of his seat in heaven. Around our heads his flowers ring.
Huh?
O Prince in heaven we sing for rapture. We all must perish, our flowers and our names. But the flowers in our Prince's kingdom, they shall not perish, they shall remain.
Okay.
There is a joy there, and there is friendship. For our passage we shall sing. We dream of his seat in heaven. Around our heads his flowers ring. They stop and look at you expectantly, nodding at their empty hat.
Okay, we'll tip them.
You throw them a coin. Obliged, they both say, and sing the song all over again.
I just wanted to torture you guys. Field hands are sitting down to share a meal on long tables. One of them sees you loitering near the barn. Winking, he waves you over. Just nod and smile, he says, and passes you a steaming plate. They'll think you're day labor. Nobody questions you, and the food is delish. There's a story. There's another story. There's another story.
Oh no. He's not coming over to you, is he? Hello there, the preacher says through a glued-shut smile that's too wide and too smug. Have you heard the good news?
Yeah. Okay, see you later.
Bang! He slaps you hard across the face. Then tell me, goddammit! He screams, dropping the Bible and grabbing your face with his gnarled hands. Tell me! You fend off his scratching and slapping until some good Samaritans drag him off to the drunk tank.
What? That was unexpected. Have you heard the news? Have you heard the good news? Yes. Tell me. What is it? Tell me the good news.
You,
She snaps.
level with me now. Would you walk 10 miles every day with heavy bags under your arms and a silly box on your head for some bent, double-crossing, hopped-up, out-of-shape man?
Probably not. I'm a lazy motherfucker.
That's what I said, too, at first. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you.
What? What the hell just happened?
In the morning, migrants line the street in an obedient queue, heads down, stomachs grumbling. Every couple minutes, the line lurches forward like the yank of a chain. They're waiting to get into a warehouse. You can't tell why or what's inside.
Get in line, I guess.
Time passes. Time passes. Time passes.
Uh-oh.
Time passes. Finally,
Ugh.
you're ushered
Thought I was
inside.
gonna die.
A calf's been dumped on the dirt floor, its exposed flank picked apart to the bone. There's a slit running down its stomach, spilling sand instead of blood. A butcher in a muddy smock stands over the cow with a knife, gesturing at you to choose a cut.
Hey.
You eat for the day. You've had better.
A dust-killed cow? Ugh. What does that even mean? I don't think I want to know. Getting tired, apparently. I like how the road is named 101. Oh. Creature ushers you into the church through an alley door. And behind the shelves in this warm little janitorial closet, he shows you a cot with a thick blanket and a soft pillow. You fall asleep to the sound of singing voices echoing through the wall and wake refreshed. Oh, a dust storm killed the cow. Okay. Well, that sucks. I don't think we get many dust storms out in Oregon.
This abandoned rail yard is full of broken old boxcars. So of course, people are taking shelter here. The looks they're giving you are a little less than friendly. You search around for an empty space to rest. There's a heap of rags and sticks in the back of this boxcar. You start digging around, looking for tinder, and the heap starts moving. "Hands off," a voice yelps. A long, knotty arm with nails like rusty screws darts out and shoves you away.
What the hell?
You see big yellow eyes and a flash of snaggle teeth.
This is my home.
The creature informs you.
Are you moving in? Well, you can't. I have the deed for the car. I do the chores around here. I have a lawyer. I'm respected in the community.
Okay, I'm getting out. I think we need more of those types.
You hurry out of the boxcar, and the creature's scabby arm slams the door shut behind you. A few folks in ragged clothes are waiting for you outside. "You should leave," they tell you. "The mayor wants you out. You gotta go."
The mayor?
They nod seriously.
He's a big deal around here,
They explain.
He owns the property. He does a lot for us. He has a lawyer.
One of them points out.
You gotta respect a man with a lawyer.
Simpler times. Alright. We got this here and over there, and we got a story over yonder. Oh, everything's spread out in Oregon. Huge storm. Yep, we got some money. Cool. Where's Salem? We passed Salem, we didn't even see it. Historical accuracy, my ass. I mean, I could buy that the
Across
trees were
street
like
from
that.
This bar, a man in full uniform stares fixedly at the horizon. The older guys on the porch are watching him with an expression you read as deep distaste.
What's the matter?
That boy wasn't in the war,
One tells you.
his older brother died in France. But Junior here tells people he fought, and he stands there in the middle of town once or twice a week in his brother's uniform, so we gotta see it.
He spits in the dirt.
Poor guy.
The old man's face blooms suddenly and violently red.
Fuck you! You wanna see a poor guy?
He lumbers across the street, and a hunting knife you didn't notice emerges from a sheath you didn't see.
Junior,
He shouts.
you piece of shit! Get out of here!
Wait, no!
Suddenly, the old man is flat on his ass. Junior sprints into the long grass. As far as you can tell, the old man is unhurt. He cries,
Look what he's done to me!
rolls up the edge of his shirt. The only wound there is the dark triangle of an old bayonet scar, healed long ago.
Hey. Okay. Oh, we're getting into California. Yeah, and I mean, I'm pretty sure the grass around here does look like this. Long tracts of open land. weird low shrub-like bushes all clumped together. That's historically accurate. Look, I can see my house from here.
Looks like the cat staked its claim.
Share a meal with me?
It asks, swinging tail brushing the corpse.
He's still partly fresh.
It has been a while since you last ate.
Alright, I'm gonna say eat, but on the caveat that we cook it first, so please don't eat it raw.
Can't be choosy in hard times.
Hey.
You sit with the cat and roast the horse flesh over a fire. It's tender meat. It was a beautiful horse, not much older than a colt.
Ever been in love?
The cat, making small talk.
Yeah.
Have you ever loved someone so much that you could not bear to think of life without them?
No.
If you did truly love someone like that, and they didn't know it, and you were brave enough to tell them, and they rejected you, do you think you would be able to just move on?
Yes.
Then how can that love have ever been that important to you?
The cat scoffs.
I couldn't let go of something like that. I wasn't able to. But he's inside me now. And you too.
Awkward, creepy, also poor cat. All three thoughts just flash across my mind. I mean, you can love and be with somebody without making them your entire life. Right? That's reasonable. That's something.
The child murmurs softly. The woman blurts out a reply.
Don't call me that. Just don't.
When she realizes the impact of her words, her face crumples with regret. And she notices you.
Please, could you help?
What do you need?
Have you heard about a missing child? Any reports of a girl like this?
She nods to the girl tucked under her arm. The girl gasps as if slapped and pleads with the woman.
I'm not lost. Why are you being like this?
Okay, something's weird here.
Mother's playing this game. She says she doesn't know me. Of course she knows me, but she won't stop.
There's no particular resemblance between them, but they could still be related. The woman blurts,
I've been ill, feverish, but I wouldn't forget my own child. She can't be mine. But what can I do with her?
Leave her with a sheriff, because you're sick.
Thank God. I just wanted someone else to suggest it. They'd consider me a monster just for thinking it, but she's not my daughter.
No, that's not what I said.
I can't raise her. Life's hard enough as it is.
The child stares at the woman in abject horror, but says nothing.
Oh, damn it. That's not what I wanted. The woman is clearly ill. You can't take care of the kid. Whatever. Do I need anything? Nope. Full health, full money, full sleep.
Outside this restaurant, a middle-aged man in a suit and a full clown makeup is gobbling down a sandwich. 2 tracks of silent tears have carved furrows through his makeup.
Oh, I'm probably gonna regret this, but what's the matter, buddy?
He gulps hard. Tears start up at the corner of his eyes again. I'm gonna work for a traveling show.
Performing in a circus.
No, that's the problem. He pulls you into a drunken, one-armed hug and whispers, "They would only hire me as the manager of the clowns." His eyes are wild and unfocused. And God, these tears are real. I'm not good enough to perform, but they'll let me push paper.
Won't you make more money?
That's not the point, he cries. Run away with the circus, they say. Run away? I've got 3 kids. I can't take chances. I need real pay. He seizes you by the collar. Never agree to do something you hate, he says. If you get too good at it, you'll never do the things you love.
You know, I have to admit, I am always impressed with the audio quality of this voice actor guy that reads everything. He is super good. He does so many different voices in this game. And they're always convincing. San Francisco, California.
The cookhouse is in disarray. Dirty plates and scorched pots scattered outside the tent. A young woman frantically scrubs, muttering. She blanches in panic as you approach, but forces a smile.
Hello.
She shakes off the suds. Her hands and arms are marked with knife nicks and narrow burns.
Don't mind the mess. You look hungry. Take a seat. I'll work you up a little something.
As you sit, her fire-tanned face cracks into a smile of relief. She steps into the tent, and there's the discordant clanking and hissing of a cook at work. She emerges with a plate, a blackened sludge of beans and sweaty gray meat.
Eat.
On second thought.
Her eyes widen as you push the plate away.
No, you must. I have to.
The fire flares inside the tent.
No!
She gasps, staggering inside. The fire blazes again, and the woman screams. The heat stings as you enter. The tent's a jumble of empty cans, and there's the stink of rotting vegetables and roasting meat. Your host is gone. A dark shape squats at the heart of the cook fire. You feel the urge to be gone.
Yeah, no shit, I would too.
An old woman watches as you approach her bench.
Oh, aren't you a good-looking one?
Don't look at me that way.
Says. A broad smile creases her face.
This is an excellent spot. Everyone passes me eventually.
She pats the seat beside her.
Join me for a moment.
She rests her head against your shoulder, as if you were old companions.
Look.
She runs a hand down your arm, points across a field to a lone tree silhouetted against the skyline.
I think of myself as like that tree.
She glances at you, waiting for a reaction.
What do you mean, lady?
Strong, healthy, alone. I've seen that field filled with plants and ravaged by fire. The trees outlasted everything.
She giggles, strangely childlike.
I've had 3 lovers. 2 men, 1 woman. Outlived them all. I don't grieve. Each one brought me joy. and each death brought someone else to comfort me.
She sits up straight, shifts to face you. The tilt of her head is coquettish.
Would you let me kiss you?
No, I'm not really comfortable with that.
Her laugh degenerates into a cackle.
Your loss. Oh, I always was an excellent kisser, but perhaps you've got someone else. Remember, there always can be someone else. Doesn't do to get hooked.
Mischief puts crow's feet by her eyes. She shoos you away with a warm smile.
Okay, that was a little bit awkward.
Afternoon.
The fish nods affably.
What?
He swings his catch over his shoulder, grunting with effort.
Got a big one today. Gonna eat it while it's fresh.
Oh my god.
Hey, welcome to join me. There's plenty to go around.
He climbs off the jetty and lays the body on a large rock.
I like how so outlandish some of these are. It's just like, oh, it's a fish catching a human.
He works with practiced efficiency. To remove the shirt, the fish cradles the body in his arms. When he removes the man's trousers and underwear, the gesture he uses to lift the corpse's hips is almost intimate. It seems the fish is taking care to not cause bruising. The fish trims the man's hair, head, chest, groin, even legs. Then, he stabs the knife into the man's chest, leaning hard to force it open. The bones part with a crack. Fish guts the corpse and tosses away the offal.
You gonna help me get it on the fire?
No.
Some eat meat but refuse to prepare it. Perhaps you're one of those. We're all hypocrites about something. The fish's tones are light, despite his words. He skewers the body and flings it onto the coals. It sizzles, giving off a rich odor.
Cover your mouth and nose. Oh my god.
The fish chuckles. Yeah, it'll burn off. What's left is delicious, especially this fresh. Hadn't stopped kicking when I caught it. He turns the roasting body over.
Fancy a bite?
No. Nope. Nope, we're gonna refuse.
As you will.
The fish shrugs and slices a piece of thigh onto a large tin plate. The smell is salty, savory, tantalizing. Your mouth fills with saliva.
I'm not offering twice. It's too good for that.
The fish speaks with his mouth full and does not look up.
Oh my god. Fish catching and killing humans. Yeah. Enter San Fran. Huge crowds gather on the street corners as they wait for never-ending streams of automobiles and cable cars to roam past. You can see the Golden Gate Bridge taking form against the horizon.
Your knees make a nasty cracking sound with every step. Wandering this infernal city of steep hills takes its toll. Just over the crest of one hill, you find a stopped truck. Yang Chow, fresh fruit and vegetables. It's laden with colorful produce.
You know anything about engines?
Asks a man, obscured by the raised triangular hood of the truck.
A little bit.
You come around next to him. One glance tells you that there's nothing obviously wrong with the engine, but there's smoke coming from somewhere deep behind and beneath it. The gearbox, maybe.
Sorry, pal. It's beyond me.
Ah, never mind. He just slams down the hood of the truck, wisps of smoke leaking out of it. He sits on the edge of the truck bed, and you get a good look at him. He's tall, well built, fans himself with his Panama hat.
Sent my brother over to get a real mechanic, but... well, I can barely keep this running as it is. Wish I still had a farm.
He sighs theatrically, surprising himself with his own easy honesty.
Sam Liang, landless, broke truck driver. Dad would have been proud.
What happened to your dad?
My old man was, well, he was old. Guys like him didn't get a lot of chances to start a family.
He glances around the upwards parabola of the hill, at the placid row houses around you.
I was just a kid when it happened. The '06 quake. I can still remember. Barely.
Okay. We don't really need anything. Good. Alright, where the hell are we going? Ooh. You out. Oh man, we have been all over the place. So most of the dudes that we have yet to talk to are on the East Coast. Looks there, that guy there. We haven't gone to the middle of the United States. We haven't spent too much time here in the Southwest. All right. Keep on keeping on. Go to the Southwest. I don't have any way of going over these mountains, do I? Nope. Guess we're just wandering along the coastal city. Farmer notices you walking by. Listening, says, "You look worn thin. If you want to rest a spell, you can sleep in the hay and help me with the chores when you're awake." Seems a good, honest offer, and the hay looks inviting. After a few hours nap and some light chores, you take your leave. So those black symboled ones give you whatever you're lacking. So if you need health, it'll give you health. If you need sleep, it'll give you sleep. Pretty convenient. You don't always have to make it to a campfire.
The snake flicks its tongue.
Ooh.
That's close enough.
It is coiled atop a carved stone marked with faded flecks of paint.
What's the stone about? Stone about, Mr. Steak?
The snake laughs, its whole body convulsing.
It's very special. A good luck charm.
It tilts its head.
I'm supposed to guard it, but I'm hungry. If you bring me some meat, you may have it.
We'll scrounge up some meat.
The heat has made a family of mice slow and easy to catch. You drop them before the snake, and it gulps them down without chewing. It slithers back, exposing the object.
Take it.
It hisses.
I won't bite. Trust me.
A talking snake says to trust him. Huh?
You reach for the idol. The snake quivers as your hand gets close, but it stays put. It flicks its tongue.
Don't be disturbed by how it looks. It'll bring you luck.
The snake slithers off into the long grass. It's an idol, about the size of your clenched fist, carved into the shape of a human head. It's an ugly thing. The side that was pressed into the dirt is a face contorted in grotesque agony. Could this really be a good luck charm?
I will keep it.
Good things sometimes wear foul guises. Who are you to judge? You stow the idol, trying to ignore its unusual weight.
The idol guarded by a talking snake. Do you have any items? Oh, this brings us to Seattle. Right, so everybody we complete actually gives us something to fast travel back to. That's awesome. I love that mechanic. White Rider.
The jackrabbit flees across the desert, and the house cat follows. They're equals in speed and finesse, a miniature portrait of lion and gazelle. This drama of nature captivates, even though, if you're honest, the whole spectacle's mostly just adorable. The hare turns as it lands and carries the momentum forward. The house cat reacts too slow, skids past, putting distance between the two critters. The hare races past you. Are those? No, couldn't be. This jackrabbit has antlers. Huh.
Cheer for the jackrabbit.
Your mighty whoop fills the jackrabbit with determination. It turns and thrusts its antlers at the cat, little teeth bared like needles. The house cat hits the brakes and bolts the other direction, twice as fast as before.
The jackalope, I think. I'm gonna switch out some of these stories. This. Okay, what do we got? Molasses guy. Girl with basket of kittens, the jokes. These are fine. Ichabod Crane. Try Old Yeller. I think it's Old Yeller. We're gonna get rid of the wild cards wherever we can, I think. I don't even know what kind of story this one is. Duck truck driver. Let's see. Gun struggle. Change. I'll try that. And for this one, do the snake. Tiny apple seed. That's fine. Thunderbirds. Jackalope, there it is. Okay, we don't need the Thunderbirds anymore. Let's try the antelope. Jackalope. Legendary Gwen Midget. We've used those enough. Try this. Fish catching and killing humans. Yeah, I think we'll try that one. Then we'll try this one. Boy with the riddles and the pet hunt. Rodeo. Cat and the horse. There we go. New ones. Heading on over to LA.
Slowly, he turns. His eyes don't quite make it to yours. His whole body keels back over the wooden railing where he perched and down into the dusty road outside the saloon. Now you see the gunshot and the trail of fresh blood that leads back inside.
Oh boy. Go inside.
You bypass the body and store him into an empty saloon. Recently evacuated. Or was there ever anyone here? The trail of blood stops by the bar, but after that, you're not sure where to look. When you go back outside, the fella's dead.
Mystery.
A Chevy sedan laden with suitcases chugs to a stop beside you. A woman leans out the window. An infant screaming, and two boys are punching each other in the back seat.
Could you drive us for a while? I gotta feed the baby, but we need to keep moving. I could pay you.
Okay.
You grip the wheel tight as sounds of chaos fill the car. The boys have begun to wrestle in earnest on the Chevy's bench.
Huh.
Yorona!
Their mother hisses. Both boys straighten instantly. In the mirror, you see their stricken expressions. The only sound is the baby's soft suckling.
Ask about Lerona.
You direct the question to the boys in the back, but they don't make a sound. Their eyes are wide and frightened. Patting the infant on the back, their mother chuckles. The boys don't speak another word, even when you part ways down the road.
Yeah, he knows how to handle kids. Los Angelos. It's not long before you've seen every symbol of this cruel, beautiful place. Palm trees, the sea, oil wells nodding in the fields, some sidewalks leak tar. Sun beats down. In this light, everyone's gorgeous.
In this plaza, jacaranda trees nestle among adobe structures. A man sits in the shade of the largest one, plucking notes on his guitar. Wind rustles their branches and stirs up sounds of shouting, truncheons on flesh. An old woman fanning herself looks up at the noise. When you ask her about the shouts, she sighs. Voices from the riot. Police stormed the plaza, rounded up everyone in it, put them on a train to Mexico. Even people who were born here, like my brother. Intellectuals, socialists, and artists used to gather here. Now, a branch scrapes at a freshly painted wall. A man shouts at another to run towards Bunker Hill. Memories, she finishes. But those of us left, we don't forget. We're still here. History is a palimpsest. Voices linger. Echoes that resonate when we listen.
That's fun. White Rider. Bertha, Chapter 1, Where the Four Winds Dwell.
You been in California long? It's been a few years for me, but they still call me Okie.
Oh, wait, your foot is like in the flame.
I came west when our farm stopped growing anything but a crop of dust. But when we got here, there were so many others here before us. Maybe you've got less need behind you. I hope so, for your sake.
You're gonna catch fire, lady.
Been so long since I last chuckled, I'm not sure my mouth can do it anymore. Can you tell me a story that'll make me laugh?
Yeah. Funny story. The 8 identical men born to 8 different mothers who each mistook one another for his brother.
Oh, my sides hurt.
Oh, that was quick.
The past. Well, we were dryland farmers. Even when things were good, you only got a full crop 2 years in every 4 or 5. The rest of the time it came up thin and patchy, and you had to scrape for enough seed to plant the next year. Anyway, know any good, hopeful stories to share? I could sure use one.
Nah, I'm not gonna share my stories with you. I'll catch you later.
After we'd been here a while, my husband wanted to go back to Oklahoma. But I knew there was nothing for us there anymore. I said I wasn't going back there to starve to death. So he took the girls and went without me. And now, I'm going my own way. Down the road this way, actually, to the next job, on and on and on. What about you? Where are you going? What are you leaving behind?
Great. Chapter 2 now available. You used the 8 brothers. And do use a content store, sure. Head back up the other way. He's up there. We're definitely gonna hitchhike. You jerk. If you didn't stop, I was gonna jump out in front of you. Hope you had insurance, sucker. The ocean looks awfully green. Man. So we're on the other side of the mountains there, A lot of coyotes out in the fields. I wonder if I can walk across this bridge. Walk across this bridge? No. Ah! No, not quite. Okay. I go around the long way, I guess. Ay, ay, ay. Bertha, Chapter 2, Crying Like the Wind.
I'm from a long line of people that moved on. My grandparents came from Germany because they had to. My husband's parents came west to Ohio, then Missouri, then Oklahoma. But my husband didn't have the courage for it in the end. He'd rather drink and die than fight and live. Anyway, know any good, hopeful stories to share? I could sure use one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure I do. That one. That one. And one. This one. And we're gonna use this one because I don't really...
Thank you for sharing that one. I feel a little better now. I haven't heard from my family since they headed back to Oklahoma. The way I see it, my husband killed them, heading back into the dust the way he did. I fought him as hard as I could. But he snuck the girls out of our tent one morning. And they're gone now. Anyway, I'm looking for a good laugh. Do you know any funny stories?
Funny stories. That one. That one. This one, definitely. French spy.
Oh, my sides hurt. Preachers say you can choose to steal or not, choose to work hard or be lazy. But you steal if you're too hungry not to. And that's not a choice you made. I've had a hard day.
Hopeful stories, okay. We'll talk about the two girls. The haunted house.
That's a good one. I'll try to remember it when I'm out in the fields. I loved my husband up to when he took my girls back home. He said he'd rather lie down and die on Oklahoma soil than be spat on here. Well, I can't love someone that gives up, man or woman. Been so long since I last chuckled, I'm not sure my mouth can do it anymore. Can you tell me a story that'll make me laugh?
So the pig farmers haunted by Meemaw. One, I guess. I don't know what's so funny about it.
Give me a moment just to catch my breath. Trust. The only thing I can rely on is me. I'm not gonna stop trying to live before I die. Some people give up, but they're dud seed. Anyway, I'm looking for a good laugh.
Nah, you're fully trusting, so we're just gonna leave.
California isn't what they told us. It gets cold here at night, same as anywhere. And the people here weren't happy to see us coming. We spend all day hungry while we're picking lettuce and apricots. Abundance all around. But we don't dare touch it. And there's no more west to go. I'm headed this way to the next job. You say hello if we cross paths again, all right?
Down south again, huh? Okay. Got our stores again. What did... Use the lighthouse? I don't think we did. We used that one. We use the French spy. We use Pig Farmers Hunted by Meemaw. Used... Oh, this one. Here we go. We'll throw in some wild cards in here. Let's see, which ones can you do that on? That way we'll be able to get this one done. Okay, good enough for me. Head out. Back down south. We don't have a car going that direction though. On the map, supposedly there is though. It doesn't exist.
Beside this lonely campfire, a familiar, magnificent black horse rears at your presence. A familiar old Stetson-hatted cowboy calms him. "Easy, boy," Bill says. He turns his attention to you. "Sorry, he startles around strangers. I guess he's like me. You want to give him an apple?"
Sure.
The horse snorts as you approach. "Easy, easy," Bill says again, his voice low and soothing. The horse eyes you warily, but lowers its head to your palm and begins to eat. The cowboy nods as he lifts a tin pot from the flames. "You want a cup of coffee, stranger?"
Sure.
Don't get company much, but I try to be hospitable. West's changed. Folks still need each other. A rattlesnake unwinds from his neck and slithers down his arm. "Oh, don't worry, he won't bite. There's no animal I can't tame." People, though. He trails off, stares into the fire.
Story sounds familiar. I'm trying to place it. I like all of these stories. I don't want to replace one, but I do want to. I thought it was in this category. Fine. Nope. I am confused. Where's that story we just got? There he is. I wanna use this. I find it interesting how in all the different areas they have a variation of the same song that plays. Okay, back to the fireplace. Birth of Chapter 3, Where the Wind Don't Blow So Strange. Whoa!
Anyone ask you to join the communists?
Oh? Looking weird, lady. What's this? Dust? Trying to drag you down?
Few folks out here have been telling me I should, but I'm not much for joining things. Still, we've gotten to a time where you can't just tell poor folks to move along. There's nowhere to move along to. Anyway, know any good hopeful stories to share? I could sure use one.
Sure. Hopeful story. Seagulls. No, the Travelers. That's a hopeful story. And one that's not fully upgraded either.
Thank you for sharing that one. I feel a little better now. In the future, I'm hoping we'll rise up. Enough of us will get angry at how we're treated that we'll say no more.
Hell yeah, no more.
I don't know if it'll ever happen. But oh, I think of it all the time.
But you just said you don't like joining stuff.
I've had a hard day. Do you know any hopeful stories to cheer me up?
Another hopeful story, huh? This one?
You expect me to take that seriously? Life's more boring than that.
Oh, what? Aw, but other places have said that was a hopeful one.
Freedom? Sometime you stop worrying about providing for the future. You put down that burden and you just worry about right now. That's a great relief. I've had a hard...
Another damn hopeful story. Okay. I'm gonna cheat. Use it a wild card.
That's a good one. I'll try to remember it when I'm out in the fields. When you travel around enough, you see there's a Hooverville outside of every town. They all look the same. People living in tents and boxes. Anyway, these days my fears seem awful familiar. Can you tell me something scary that I haven't already lived?
Scary, okay, we got plenty of scary. Story of the fish catching and killing humans. Yeah, that's pretty scary. Try that one.
Oh, what a story. Look, I'm shivering. Imprisonment. If you get enough prisoners angry, they can turn and lick the guards. Isn't easy, but it can be done. Anyway, know any good hopeful stories to share?
Okay. Alright, we're gonna use another wild card here. Which one's a good one? Probably August. August.
Thank you for sharing that one.
Hey!
I feel a little better
Perfect.
now.
What I was hoping would happen.
There isn't much point in looking back all the time. My husband did, and it sapped his will to go forward.
We just gotta keep on keeping on.
When there's enough of us that have nothing left but the will to live, a change will come. A change has to come. I don't know if it'll be communists or unions or someone getting religion in a tent. But you can't stamp out the will to live completely.
Yeah? Getting religion in a tent? Somebody saying, oh God, oh God, oh God. If you know what I'm saying. Oh, where'd my mouse cursor go? What happened? Hold up. It's invisible.
Thanks for talking with me. Not too many have time to listen these days.
Great. Awesome. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon for me. That means I have an hour left. For the last hour, I am going to be playing some Dragon Ball FighterZ. if you want to stick around and watch me play that, I will be back in 5 to 10 minutes. I'm just going to take a really quick break. Also, consider, if you like hanging out with me, to give me a follow. I'd really appreciate it. But even if you don't, I still enjoy that you took the time out to hang out with me. So, I'll see y'all in a bit. Take it easy.